was for.
The best ribeye, every time. Hexlad's hybrid cookware gives you the performance of stainless steel, the durability of cast iron, and the convenience of non-stick. Welcome to the hybrid revolution. Welcome to Hexlad.
What is this?
I multiply my winnings 100 times by playing the new bonus 100x scratch-off game. So I built a time machine to multiply the feeling of winning over and over again.
What? What is this? What is this?
You again.
What is this?
So I multiplied my winnings 100 times.
The new Bonus X Scratch-Off games from the New York Lottery with prizes up to $5 million. Plus bonus games for an extra chance to win cash.
Onboard Wi-Fi that goes wherever you go. How it should be. The Hyundai Elantra.
The Hyundai Elantra comes standard with America's best warranty. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today.
Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching, yes.
It is a cool, crisp Tuesday evening here in New York City, and it is time for baseball. As the Yes Network presents New York Yankees baseball. It's the New York Yankees against the Arizona Diamondbacks in Game 1 of a 3-game set from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, New York. Opening week presented by PNC Bank. Everybody, and welcome to Yankees baseball. Along with Paul O'Neill, I'm Michael Kay. Well, the Yankees are feeling pretty good about the weekend series against the Milwaukee Brewers. They're 3-0. They had 15 home runs in those 3 games, and right in the middle of it was the Yankees second baseman, Jazz Chisholm Jr.
We got a little taste last year when Jazz came over. I didn't realize the type of power he has. We knew how athletic he was. He's back at second base. He has some lofty goals for this year. Well, he started on Saturday with his first of the year. Then on Sunday, a couple right down the line. Jazz Chisholm can play the game of baseball, and he helps the Yankees out a lot.
And you talked about with the Yankees, Paul, so in 49 games, he has 14 home runs, hitting .282, an OPS of .879, and he's pretty good on the bases as well, 18 out of 20. Now, the big test for Chisholm, the Yankee offense, and, oh, by the way, those torpedo bats, it's going to be who the Yankees are facing in this series. Today, here's the pitching matchup. Will Warren goes for the Yankees. Corbin Burns is going to go for the Diamondbacks. His first start for the Diamondbacks. This is one of the best pitchers in baseball.
Yeah, he is. I mean, he won the Cy Young in 2021 with the Brewers. Last year with the Orioles, had another phenomenal year. So this is nothing new for Burns to come and try to shut down the Yankees. They know him. He knows them. But as you said it, Michael, he's one of the game's best.
And now Will Warren is going to have to put up some zeros as well to match him. And we'll hear about Will Warren when we come back. Meredith Marakovitz caught up with the young right-hander. That's all coming up next, right here on Yes. And the New York Yankees set the field. Let's do it here in the Bronx. There it goes! See ya! Into the bleachers. A 3-run blast.
And it all comes down to the starting pitcher.
Swing and a miss. Strike 3. They punch him out. Getting it done here in the Bronx.
Number 300 for Aaron Judge. Goodbye.
Outback Steakhouse has a 3-course meal called the Aussie Aussie Aussie.
Oi, oi, oi.
With soup or salad, your choice of select entrees, and cheesecake for dessert.
Oi, oi, oi.
It's three O's. 3 courses starting at $14.99 at Outback for a limited time.
TurboTax Free Edition. 37% of filers qualify. Simple Form 1040 returns only. See if you qualify at turbotax.com/free. I can file for free.
Now this is taxes. File for free with TurboTax Free Edition.
movement that inspires.
Eye exam in 3 or more years. They also help those with an increased risk for glaucoma, and the appointment is often free or at no out-of-pocket cost. It's easy to see if you qualify. Go to EYECareAmerica.org.
Welcome back to the Bronx for Yankees baseball on Yes. Game 1 of the 3-game series between the Yankees and the Arizona Diamondbacks is coming your way in just a few minutes. Hey everyone, I'm Meredith Marakovitz. When this one gets underway tonight, as Michael Kay mentioned, it is going to be Will Warren getting the ball for the first time this year. He was asked earlier this spring what lessons he learned from last season and how they might help him this time around.
I think the biggest thing is experience. Obviously, we have a lot of guys on the staff with a lot of experience, and so just picking their minds and asking them questions of, what did you do in this situation? Have you struggled here? How did you do this? And in my own experience of going out there and, having success or failing, either way, just learning from the moment and using that to build, my arsenal and the mindset.
You heard Will Warren mention his arsenal. Well, that arsenal has improved this season using his curveball, his changeup, especially against left-handed batters. Aaron Boone said those pitches are real for him right now, and they could be difference makers on the mound. Plenty more to come here on the Yes Network. When we get back, Will Warren gets the ball. Game 1 between the Yankees and the Diamondbacks next, right here on Yes.
And the New York Yankees take the field. There it goes!
And it all comes down to the starting pitcher.
Swing and a miss.
Number 300 for Aaron Judge. Goodbye.
Outback Steakhouse has a 3-course meal called the Aussie Aussie Aussie.
Oi, oi, oi.
With soup or salad, your choice of select entrees, and a cheesecake for dessert.
Oi, oi, oi.
It's three oys. 3 courses starting at $14.99 at Outback for a limited time.
What's up, Carl Nation? It's your #1 broker with the best full-service wealth management skills in the biz.
Actually, I'm seeing something from Schwab.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, Schwab lets you invest and trade on your own.
And if you want, they can even manage it for you.
Not to mention, Schwab has a team of specialists for taxes, insurance, and estate planning, all with low fees.
We're experiencing technical difficulties. Carl?
Schwab, a modern approach to wealth management.
Yankees baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Montefiore Einstein, the official hospital of the New York Yankees. By PNC Bank, opening week presented by PNC Bank. Brilliantly boring since 1865. By the New York Lottery, get out there and play. And by Optimum Fiber. Get Optimum, the fastest fiber internet. Don't take slow for an answer. The Great Hall, and to the great field where the Yankees take the field here at the stadium for the beginning of this 3-game set after an impressive 3-game sweep of the Milwaukee Brewers over the weekend. And the Yankees certainly exhibited a great power stroke with 15 home runs and 9 in one game on Saturday, which broke their team record and just one behind the Major League record. Obviously, they would love to do the same. A much tougher pitching staff the Diamondbacks bring into town, starting with Corbin Burns. But all eyes right now for the Yankees going to be on Will Warren, who got into the Yankee rotation because of all the injuries during the spring with Garrett Cole and Heel, and obviously Clark Schmidt also starting the regular season on the IL. So the Diamondbacks are ready, and we'll take a look at their starting lineup. Corbin Carroll is in right field leading off. Ketel Marte at second. Pavin Smith is the DH. Josh Naylor, former Guardian, he's at first cleaning up. Eugenio Suarez, third baseman, bats fifth. Batting sixth and catching, Gabriel Moreno. Jake McCarthy in left, Alec Thomas in center, and Geraldo Perdomo is the shortstop, and he is going to bat ninth. Now, Will Warren is the man that they will face. He had 6 games in the big leagues last year, 5 starts, 0-3 with a 10.32 ERA, 29 strikeouts, though, in 22 and 2/3 innings. Let's find out more about him. Let's check out the Nissan Pitcher Scouting Report.
Well, you kind of touched on it, Michael. This is an early appearance with the injuries to the rotation. He's starting game 4 of the season for the Yankees this year. Up and down spring. First 4 games, 1.54 ERA. The last 3, 8.74. So he needs to reboot and start spring training the way he starts the season here. Big opportunity. I mean, Garrett Cole's gone for the year. He was out for an extended period of time. This is a great shot for Warren to show that he's ready to be part of this Yankee rotation.
And the Yankees have a big belief in him. They think there is stuff there that he could be a really viable major league starter. One of the big believers is Aaron Judge. He said he's got the stuff to be successful. Warren's ready. Carroll's ready. And let's do it here in the Bronx. First pitch is up and away, and we're underway. Diamondbacks just split a 4-game set with the Cubs. Carroll was 4 for 14 in that series. Want to keep him off base. He can run. Carroll took a little bit of a drop. He was the Rookie of the Year in 2023. Last year, he went from 283 in the rookie year to 231, a 5.3 WAR to a 3.4 WAR.
Most of the damage he did offensively was in the second half, and that's why they're optimistic that it was just kind of a bad start. And 17 home runs in the second half of the season last year. Always could run. 54 stolen bases in 23 when he won the Rookie of the Year. So, I mean, he is somebody that really sets this offense off. Actually, the top two guys with Marte on deck and Corbin, if you can keep them off the bases, obviously that's a big part of the Diamondbacks offense.
Torey Lovullo is the manager of the Diamondbacks. They had 89 wins last year, and they finished in a tie with Atlanta and the Mets, but the Braves and the Mets had the tiebreakers to get into the postseason, and the Diamondbacks went home as Carroll goes to the dugout with a strikeout. Let's take a look at the Yankee defense. Dominguez in left, Bellinger in center, Judge is over and right. We'll go third to first in the infield. Oswaldo Cabrera, Anthony Volpe, Jazz Chisholm Jr., and Paul Goldschmidt. Austin Wells behind the plate. Ben Rice will DH, and Will Warren's on the mound. Here's Marte. Marte was third in the National League MVP voting last year. Ohtani won. Francisco Lindor of the Mets was second.
Again, phenomenal year last year. 36 home runs, 95 RBIs. A lot of offense.
Check out the Game Time weather presented by Bigelow, the official hot tea of the Yankees. It's 50 degrees, feels a little bit cooler. No chance of rain. Humidity 34%. The wind is blowing from left field to right field.
You know why there's no chance of rain, Michael?
Why's that?
Because it feels like it would snow.
It might. Backhanded there by Goldschmidt. He flips to Warren. They get Marte. And that's 2 away. Time for the keys to the game, brought to you by your local Kia dealers.
Wow, they've been in the news. They are. Bronx bombing. 15 home runs in the first 3 games. The record for the first 4 games is 16. And that was by the 2006 Tigers. 3 teams are left. And now I'm talking about undefeated. The Yankees 3-0, Padres 5-0, and the Dodgers 6-0. And welcome back. Not Cotter, but Adam Ottavino back in the bullpen. Devin Williams on the paternity leave. So Adam Ottavino's back. Is he still number 0, Jay?
No, he can't be because Stroman is.
Oh, that's right.
58.
Wow. Took a big jump from 0 to 58.
Malachi Moore is a home plate umpire. He is pitcher friendly. More outside strikes on righties are called, more low strikes. And Malachi in his 6th big league season, so he never had to endure Paul O'Neill.
I'm not even going to comment on that.
Now, you saw Aaron Boone all bundled up. So I was down on the field. He came out for batting practice, and he just had like on, a little pullover. And then all of a sudden he disappeared. Came out a little bulkier. And I went up to him. I said, I'm predicting there's a Parker on during the game. He said, no Parker. He said, but there'll be layers.
Yes.
He always says he runs cold. 2-2. Good change up there by Warren.
It was such an important inning for Warren getting out here, and it is a good changeup. You see him turn that over, get good movement down and away. But it's such a huge inning to get off to a good start.
That's a good start, Paul.
Yes, sir.
1-2-3 with 2 strikeouts. Will Warren strong in the first, and the Yankees are coming to bat.
Ryan Miller.
Nate Jones.
Gina Costa.
Grabs his phone.
Checks his notifications.
Opens the Fidelity app.
With Fidelity, it's easier than ever to invest the way you want.
Ding, ding, ding.
Get a second opinion.
Nate likes what he sees.
Set your investment to automatic and buy U.S. stocks and ETFs for as little as $1.
With no fees or commissions. Because that's how Gina likes to invest.
Same page?
That was easier than I thought.
Talk about easier investing.
I love betting on the NBA with FanDuel, especially when I've got the world's greatest basketball mind on my side. What's up, Chuck GPT?
What's up, Chuck IRL?
What do you think about this parlay?
It's great, but why don't you use me for something you really need help with?
What does Charles Barkley really need help with?
Hundreds of results found.
Uh-oh.
Fashion sense, basic math.
What?
Being on time, portion control, conflict resolution, enunciating, free throw percentage.
New customers bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets if you win. FanDuel, America's #1 sports book.
Eating vegetables.
Safe like repair, safe like replace.
Nobody likes a cracked windshield. But at least you can go to SafeLight.com and schedule a fix in minutes.
Can confirm. Very easy.
SafeLight can come to you for free. And our highly trained techs can replace your windshield right at your home.
Safe like repair, safe like replace.
Go to SafeLight.com and schedule a replacement today.
There he is. One of the big free agent signings during the offseason, Corbin Burnes. With the Orioles last year, signed a 6-year free agent deal with the Diamondbacks. He's tough with a 2.92 ERA last year, pitching in the American League East. This is the lineup that he's going to face. Paul Goldschmidt at first base leads off. Cody Bellinger in center. Aaron Judge over and right. Cleanup hitter is the second baseman, Jazz Chisholm Jr. Anthony Volpe at short. Austin Wells is going to catch. Very balanced lineup. The switch hitter, Jason Dominguez at left. Ben Rice the DH. Oswaldo Cabrera at third base, batting ninth. Burnes, 32 starts for the O's, 15-9, 2.92. Let's check out the Nissan pitcher scouting report.
Well, we talked about it. He is one of the best. He's pretty much top 5 in every major pitching category in the big leagues. He's not the opener. He did not want to get off his routine. They figured out late in spring training. So this is his first start of the year and no help. In 3 career starts against the Yankees, he has a 1.42 ERA, but he's 0-3. They have not scored him a run against the Yankees in his career.
The 0-1 to Goldschmidt. 0-2. Goldschmidt spent 8 years with the Diamondbacks. From 2011 through 2018, made 6 All-Star teams and finished in the top 3 in the MVP voting 3 times. 1-2. Now, he's been leading off the last 3 games, and that's against a righty today. Now, Boone explained Burnes has sort of even or reverse split, so he doesn't really counteract righties as much as a normal righty would. And they'll mix and match throughout the season, but he likes what this looks like so far as Goldschmidt down on strikes. Here's the D-backs defense, and they're one of the best defensive teams in the game. Jake McCarthy in left, Alec Thomas in center, Corbin Carroll over and right. In the infield, it's Suarez, Perdomo, Marte, and Naylor. That's third to first. Moreno, you don't steal against him. He's behind the plate. Taven Smith, the DH. Burnes on the mound. There's Bellinger. Well, you see against right-handed batters, 235. This was last year. Against lefties, they had 216 against them. So Boone knows of what he talks.
Well, Corbin Burnes loves the cut fastball. He throws it as much or more than anybody in the major leagues. And against lefties, he'll throw it in on your hands, also backdoor it. But it's nothing straight. Everything kind of spins either away or into a lefty.
Burnes signed a 6-year, $210 million deal on December 30th. That's an average annual value of $35 million, but for fewer years than people thought he was going to get. But he has a home in Arizona, really wanted to live there. And from what I hear, the Orioles actually offered him more than that, but he decided to sign with the Diamondbacks. Now, Paul mentioned this is his first start. This is Game 5 for the Diamondbacks, and it was Zach Gallen who got the opening day start. And they decided late in camp, as Paul mentioned. And Burnes did not want to upset his routine. And this is what he said. The reason you guys signed me, the reason you guys gave me this contract is because of the process and the routine. Is that something you want to change for the first start? He said, and the answer was a pretty resounding no. So this was the option we had.
I don't know if you read some of the quotes, but Torey Lovallo, he pretty much just stood up and said, I should have known this.
Yep.
It was just too late in spring training to mess everything up. And, you know, what's it going to, it's really not going to cost him anything. It's just not being the open day starter when you just sign a big contract. You know, I think he's had enough success in the major leagues that that's not a big deal.
And he's not different because remember last year, Garrett Cole got hurt. And they had everything set up for Garrett Cole to be the opening day starter, as did the reigning Cy Young. Then they asked Marcus Stroman if he would do it. He said, no, he was on a routine that it wouldn't be that. 3-2. Fouled away, and pitchers are very particular about that. They get ready in a certain way. They throw on certain days. And especially in spring training, they're building up slowly. And there's a method to the madness. Swing and a miss. Good cutter. Bellinger down on strikes.
Yeah, you see, he works both sides of the plate. He has been away, and then you see the ball around the baseball kind of cutting in on a lefty. Very tough pitch to hit if thrown correctly.
So here is Aaron Judge, 6 for 11 against the Brewers, 4 home runs, 11 ribbies, and 8 runs scored. He was voted the American League Player of the Week, 13th time he's won that award. So the Yankees have played 3 games, Paul, and Judge has 4 home runs. Last year, he hit his 4th home run, game 25, and finished with 58. That one's in the park, a high pop-up in the middle of the infield. Suarez makes the play, and the Yankees go down in order, 1, 2, 3, and we'll go to the second.
It's $10 Tuesdays at KFC. Every Tuesday, grab 8 pieces of hot, juicy Kentucky Fried Chicken for just $10. Son of a bucket, that's a good deal. Get a taste of $10 Tuesday, only at KFC.
DQ is celebrating 85 years. So we're giving you an 85-cent Blizzard treat in the DQ app, now for a limited time. Hurry and get your small Blizzard treat for just 85 cents with a $1 purchase in the DQ app.
Spot that's never out of sight. How it should be. The Hyundai Tucson.
The Hyundai Tucson comes standard with America's best warranty. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today.
Verizon and AT&T announced price hikes a total of 10 times in the past 2 years. Doesn't that blow your mind? Families can switch to T-Mobile and get all the benefits of their plans while saving 20%. T-Mobile blows the competition away. T-Mobile will also give you up to $800 when you switch. Mind blown. Is that a jet engine?
Go to T-Mobile.com and see how families can save 20% and get $800.
That's lunch.
If you struggle and struggle and struggle with CPAP, you should check out Inspire. No mask, no hose, just sleep. Inspire, sleep apnea innovation. Learn more and view important safety information at inspiresleep.com.
Well, let's check out FanDuel's live same-game parlay. Will Warren had a strong first inning. Retires the Diamondbacks 1-2-3, striking out Carroll and Smith. So here's Josh Naylor. Fans remember, he's the one who made the Rock the Baby celebration when he hit a home run in Game 4 of the 2022 ALDS against Garrett Cole. This is his first year with the Diamondbacks. Diamondbacks lost Christian Walker as a free agent. Astros signed him. The next day they traded for Naylor.
Yeah, he's got some big shoes to fill. Christian Walker was solid for the D-backs. Over the last 3 years, he averaged 32 home runs and 94 RBIs with a Gold Glove each year. So, you know, you're filling in, but you better do something because that was a big part of their team.
Ground ball. Chisholm. One away. It's time for the Mohegan Sun team scouting report.
Well, the top offense last year, almost 5.5 runs a game, which led the major leagues. But the only problem was they gave up a lot. They gave up the 5th most runs, so they improved their pitching. And big reason why, you got Corbin Burns on the mound tonight. Snakes alive, kind of the slang term that they use for themselves out there. They went to the World Series in 2023. Then last year, Michael, you talked about it, missed on a tiebreaker. But they are favored to get back to that point again. A playoff-bound team, probably.
Here's Suarez, 4 for 14 against the Cubs. All 4 of his hits were home runs. And they were the first 4 hits of the season for him. And because of that, he's the National League Player of the Week. Judge the American League Player of the Week.
It's amazing. I mean, you've heard his name, but this is his 12th season. Only the second with the Diamondbacks. Majority of his time with the Reds, where he went to the All-Star game in 2010, but he puts up numbers, a lot of home runs. Since 2017, 4th in the major leagues behind Judge, Schwarber, and Olsen. So he can hit the ball out of the ballpark.
Yeah, 242 home runs in that time. Judge, 315. Left field coming on Dominguez, and he makes the play.
Those are the plays right there that Dominguez, you know, early in the game, you get a good jump, you make a nice solid play. I mean, day in and day out, this is what's going to give him confidence that he's a good left fielder. Always said, Michael, see that ball right in front of you. It's really the toughest play as an outfielder. You can't get to either side of it, and you almost lose sight of it as it goes into your glove.
Here's Moreno. He is one of the better catchers. Came over from the Blue Jays in a deal I wonder if they'd like to take back. Blue Jays got Dalton Varsho in December 2022, and the Diamondbacks got Moreno and Lourdes Gurriel Jr. And Moreno could be a catcher for them for 14 years.
Yeah, he's only 25 years old, Michael. He won the Gold Glove last year. 4th season, 3 with the Diamondbacks. Yeah, that's a tremendous trade. And a lot of organizations, when you make a trade like that, it really helps you for the future.
The 0-2, swing and a miss. Another 1-2-3 inning for Will Warren as he rings up his 3rd strikeout of the early going. So the Yankees take the field.
I can't wait to see what happens again tonight.
How do you like that? A diving catch. Oh my goodness, you gotta feel good for him.
We're in the first inning here. You got a whole game to go.
The beach. To Corona, she isn't just a place. She is an element. And with salt and spray, she shoves us relentlessly into the present. That's what's inside every bottle of Corona. So no matter where your journey takes you, with just a squeeze of lime, the beach is always closer than you think. Corona, La Playa awaits.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. From the Kelley Blue Book Best Value brand. Right now, you can get a $399 per month lease on a 2025 Pilot all-wheel drive Sport.
There's a reason they don't call them clean bikes, am I right?
Yeah.
Because it's dirt bike.
Gas stations.
Whew. You got to start at the top and work your way down. You want me to do yours next? Oh, you're from Oklahoma.
They have to fill the silence.
The bathroom code's 9914.
Progressive can't protect you from becoming your parents, but we can protect your home and auto when you bundle with us.
Look at this hot rodder.
Well, it's time for Pinstripe Pride, brought to you by Toyota, the official hybrid vehicles of the Yankees. Tonight we have Hudson from Los Angeles. Huddy is a huge baseball fan, and his Little League team is the Yankees, which makes his grandpa Steve, a lifelong diehard Yankee fan, extra proud. Use the hashtag Toyota Pinstripe Pride and mention yes in pictures you post to social media to reflect your love for the Bronx Bombers. We might spotlight you in a future game. Josh Chisholm Jr. takes outside 1-0. Sunday, a 2-home run game for Jazz. Off to a very good start, as you can see. He's had 3 multi-home run games with the Yankees in 49 games. And he had 3 with the Marlins in 403. And that's cooking up something special with Hexclad. Join the hybrid revolution at hexclad.com.
What we got going here, Michael?
Well, that is, he wears a lot of things from an anime series called One Piece. And on his armband, you see Monkey D. Luffy, also known as Straw Hat Luffy. He's the captain and founder of the Straw Hat Pirates.
Nice.
And protagonist of the anime and manga series One Piece. I know you were asking about this, Paul, that Monkey D. Luffy has the properties of rubber after accidentally eating one of the devil fruits.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm glad you explained that.
Jazz is a big anime fan.
Now, guys, you know that big chain that he wears sometimes?
Yep.
Hat? Well, that's from that series as well, and he also has that same design in his teeth.
In his teeth, really?
Yes. So it was new this spring. I think he got it at the end of last year. I asked him about it. I was like, wow, I haven't seen that before. A lot of diamonds.
That's up close and personal.
A lot of diamonds.
He didn't like that call, and you could see why. Let's see if it hit the box. No, it didn't. Well, maybe a lace.
You know, Michael, I'm coming off an off-season, a lot of babysitting, and, you know, I'm into Paw Patrol. That's my new thing.
Very strong.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. The kids are past that now, but it was big.
Marshall.
Yep.
Rubble. I mean, you know, Paw Patrol's big.
We took them to a live Paw Patrol.
Nice.
Yeah, I think I pulled out half my hair.
You know where I did that? I saw Snow White, too, with the girls. Yes. I had to act like I really, really was enjoying. I was going to be surprised at the ending, everything.
Boy, I would have paid to see you watching Snow White.
Now, Paul, did you see the Paw Patrol where Aaron Judge guest starred in it with Penny and Gus?
I have not. I'm going to ask my little grandchild, Charlie, about if Aaron Judge, have you seen that episode? It's good.
He's usually not animated, but in this case he was. 1-2. 2-2 on Volpe. Austin Wells on deck.
Jenny Steinbrenner in the background.
Yeah, she was here Sunday, too, when it was pretty chilly, as you remember. I give her credit. Now, you know, she's part of the Steinbrenner family that owns the team, and she could sit in any suite she wants, and she's out there every game.
Well,
I give her a lot of credit.
He's got pretty good seats, you know.
They are good seats. As Volpe down on strikes, 4th strikeout for Burns.
Well, you see what Burns does. Cutters in, cutters out, and he just continues to throw it. Has exceptional control to both sides of the plate with that cut fastball.
Here's Austin Wells. And a strike. Wells already has 2 home runs and 3 runs batted in. 8 Yankees have hit home runs in only 3 games. And when you have 15 in 3 games, that's going to happen. Boy, Burns works quickly and he throws strikes. Won the Cy Young in 2021 with the Brewers. Last year he finished 5th in the Cy Young voting. 4-time All-Star each of the last 4 seasons, 3 with Milwaukee. And he started the All-Star game last year as an Oriole.
You see that cutter continually flashing up on the screen, but you see the different locations on it. So as a left-handed hitter, you have to cover the cutter that leaves his hand and just hits the outside corner, and then try to get to the one that's on your hands inside. Not a lot of pitchers have the ability to throw the cut fastball to both sides of the plate like he does.
Check swing, slow roller to first, picked up by Naylor. And another 1-2-3 inning. We have played 2 innings at the stadium, neither team with a hit.
We heard you. Savings should be easier. So we created the new Stop and Shop Savings Station. Quickly scan your card or enter your phone number to activate your weekly digital coupons and personalized offers. Shop smarter, save more. Only at Stop and Shop.
Making my way downtown, walking fast, faces pass and I'm homebound. And I need you, and I miss you.
Verizon and AT&T announced price hikes a total of 10 times in the past 2 years. Families can switch to T-Mobile and get all the benefits of their plans while saving 20%. T-Mobile blows the competition away.
My moderate to severe Crohn's disease
and my ulcerative colitis symptoms kept me
out of the picture. Now there's Sky Rizzy.
I've got places to go and I'm feeling free. Control of my symptoms means everything to me. Control is everything to me.
And now I'm back in the picture.
Feel significant symptom relief at 4 weeks with Sky Rizzy. Sky Rizzy is proven to help deliver remission
and help visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year.
Don't use if allergic. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's or UC.
Ready to get back in the picture? Ask your gastroenterologist how to take control of your Crohn's or UC with Sky Rizzy.
Control is everything to me.
AbbVie could help you save.
This week, Stop and Shop for great deals. Stop and Shop top round London broil or roast is $4.99 per pound. Plus, buy 2 Purdue fresh boneless chicken breasts and get 4 items free with our 1-sheet pan chicken meal deal. Stop and Shop. Feed the moment.
Well, stream every out-of-market game live or on demand, plus stream MLB Network 24/7 for the entire season. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details. Montefiore Einstein scoreboard, 6 up, 6 down for each team. Nothing. Bottom third of the order for the Diamondbacks against Will Warren. Pitch outside. Really nice crowd on a cold Tuesday evening. Jake McCarthy looking for his first hit, 0 for 8 against the Cubs. I told you that they split 4 games, but they They dramatically split because they lost 2 of the first 3. Then they were down 10-6. They beat the Cubs 10-6, but they were down 4 runs in the 8th inning. And in that 8th inning, they scored 8 runs to win the game. And Torey Lovullo said those games mean a difference. Because when you do that in the last game of a series and then you have to fly to New York, which is kind of a long flight, it's better to fly coming off a win like that than a loss where you lose 3 out of 4.
Yeah, it's amazing what what happens on the field affects the flights. There's no doubt about it.
Grounded to Chisholm. Goldschmidt retreats. He went for it first and then retreated to take the throw.
Yeah, you can't make too many mistakes defensively when McCarthy's running. One of the faster guys in the league.
Here is Alec Thomas, 5 for 7 against the Cubs. Last year was kind of a lost season for Thomas. Strained a hamstring 4 games into the season, then had a series of setbacks that ended up knocking him out for over 3 months. Then he hit poorly when he came off the IL, and they sent him to AAA. And he's one of the better defensive center fielders in the game. Fly ball. Bellinger puts it away. Let's check out the arsenal of Will Warren on StatCast 3D by Google Cloud.
Yeah, he shoots a four-seamer. He uses his sweeper and the cutter, which is a different look from the hitters. Last pitch being the sweeper that got in on the hitter. But, you know, he needs to be able to throw all those pitches for strikes. So far, so good tonight.
Here is Perdomo. Marlins, or the Diamondbacks locked in Perdomo during the offseason. 4-year, $45 million extension with a team option for 2030. 2-0 on the shortstop. It's hard to strike this guy out, Paul. Does not have a high whiff rate. He's in the top 95% in chase percentage and whiff percentage as well. And that's unusual in 2025 baseball. There's ball 4. That's the first base runner in the game. So he'll work out at the stretch facing Corbin Carroll. Carroll struck out in the first. So 5 straight out of the strike zone for Will Warren. High drive, right field. Judge back, turning, looking, gone. A 2-run home run for Carroll, and the Diamondbacks lead 2-0.
All of a sudden, you're just cruising. And you walk, a pitch out over in the middle of the plate, 2-0. And again, I talked last year, Carroll got off to a horrible start, but then hit 17 home runs in the second half. Another one tonight. And the changeup, and it just sits right there. Changeups you don't want high in the strike zone, because that's where they usually end up.
1-0 to Marte.
See that grip, and you want that ball down, sinking away, even out of the strike zone, because the hitter sees it too well up in the strike zone.
On Marte.
That pitch a little bit behind. Only 2 out of 11 first pitch strikes.
Grounded to Chisholm. And that'll do it. But a 2-out walk and a 2-run home run gives the Marlins, or the Diamondbacks, a 2-0 lead.
Luxury isn't about where you go. It's about how you feel getting there. With the thrill of 375 horsepower and the convenience of a 14.5-inch display. It's about being able to see things bigger than ever. And turning a playlist into a concert. Welcome to the 2025 Genesis GV80 and GV70. Get the GV70 for 2.99% APR for 60 months. Exclusively at your tri-state Genesis retailers.
What if you could not only feel better, but feel better than ever? Hone Health helps men like you boost energy, strength, libido, and weight loss. You'll work with a dedicated physician to create a personalized, proactive plan. Treatment is delivered to your home, helping you relieve symptoms quickly while confidently reaching your long-term health goals. Enter into a new era of you, beginning with your comprehensive at-home test from honehealth.com.
1. These cuts have likely been sitting out all day long. 2. You have no idea when they were packaged or where they came from. That's why we choose to get our protein from ButcherBox instead. This is high-quality meat you can trust and enjoy. It's packed and conveniently sent straight to your door, so you don't even have to think about your next grocery trip. Stock up your freezer and whip up a quality meal every night by checking out ButcherBox.com.
With Udemy, there's a world of possibility at your fingertips. With one click, you're in the leading online marketplace for learning and skills. Want to become an AI expert? This is learning from real-world experts around the globe. Want to awaken your artistic side? This is learning your way. Want to switch professions? Help your team reskill? This is Udemy, the power of possibilities.
Well, tomorrow night on Prime, watch Aaron Judge and the Yankees take on the Diamondbacks in the second game of the series. Don't miss a minute of Yankees coverage beginning at 6:30 only on Prime. Good pitching matchup. Zach Gallen against Carlos Rodon. Well, he's not used to support when he's pitching against the Yankees. First runs of support in 21 innings in his career against the Yankees. Dominguez, a big swing and a miss.
I feel like you're partially responsible for sponsorship tomorrow. I feel like that Amazon Prime boxes are at my door every single day. Huh?
We've got a lot of recycling cardboard as well.
I see a lot of that little smile thing all the time. The other thing is, though, they're never addressed to me.
No, it's always to Neville O'Neill.
Yep.
You know, a little smile, it's from A to Z. It's right under Amazon, yeah. Two and one on Dominguez. Dominguez, one hit in the weekend series against Milwaukee. It'll be Dominguez, Rice, and Cabrera. Whoa! See ya! Home run for the Martian. 2-1, the Diamondbacks.
So he does not have to worry about his offense. Great swing. I mean, this is what you look and you know that he's capable of doing.
There's a strike to Ben Rice. So now 9 Yankees have hit home runs so far this season. That one is drilled to right center field. On the run, Carroll. He can't get there, and it goes all the way to the wall. Ben Rice at second. He's going to stop there with a double. A bullet past Carroll.
Well, a couple good swings in this inning. Let's start with Dominguez. Ball right there. That cutter didn't quite get in there. Dominguez just laces it into right field, into the seats. The barrel gets out there, ball in just a little bit, but he is so strong. We've talked about it numerous times about how he's a little more comfortable from the left side. And when that cutter doesn't quite get in on a left-handed hitter, you're able to get enough of the barrel on it to drive it out of here.
Here's Cabrera. Pitch upstairs. So the Yankees getting to Burns. Here's Rice's double.
Yeah, this ball just right down the middle, and Rice does what you should, and that's hit it hard. Carroll went after it, took a line to try to get it. It was hit so hard that it beat him to the spot. Ended up at the wall for a nice double.
It's funny, Paul, sometimes home runs and hard hit balls, they move you out of the strike zone.
Yeah, it's funny how both pitchers were just cruising along, and all of a sudden you get in the stretch, and they're not as sharp, which is kind of strange.
Dominguez, the exit velocity on his home run, 100 miles an hour. Rice's double was 111 miles an hour. And there's a walk to Cabrera. So first and second, nobody out and back to the top of the order. Take a look at the leaders, brought to you by your local Tri-State Genesis retailers. We told you Paul Goldschmidt, 8 years in Arizona, and in franchise rankings, second in average, 297, second in home runs at 209, first in OPS, 930, and WAR 39.9, that's second.
You remember that little jam shot, Michael, and ended the 2001 World Series?
I do remember it.
That's who's number one in all those categories. It'd be Luis Gonzalez.
Mm-hmm.
If you take him out of the organization, Paul Goldschmidt's pretty much leads everything.
And you have a 6th ring.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep. So meeting at the mound to settle down Burns. And here is Goldschmidt against Burns. Goldschmidt struck out against Burns in the first inning. Home run by Dominguez, double by Rice, a walk to Cabrera, first and second. Diamondbacks lead 2-1. We're in the bottom of the third. One and one. Shallow right, coming on Corbin Carroll. Makes the catch. Runner stay put. That'll bring up Bellinger.
Yeah, this was a tough pitch. The cut fastball, he threw it away from it, and it looked like Goldschmidt was trying to go the other way, just at least move Rice over, but just underneath it enough. Good solid pitch by Burns.
Bellinger struck out in the first inning. I saw you at the batting cage checking out Bellinger's torpedo bat.
Yeah.
What did it feel like holding it?
You know what? Yesterday I picked up Wells. I was talking to him about it, and it looked a lot like the bat I use. I love his because it's a big barrel where Goldschmidt is a torpedo bat, but it doesn't have the bigger barrel. And I always like to look down at the barrel. It, kind of like a tennis racket. You had a big zone to hit it on. He has a nice feeling bat. Those torpedo bats are genius, really, at what they're trying to do.
I thought that Aaron Boone today had such a great explanation. He was asked, now that everybody knows about this, do you think that everybody's going to catch up and the Yankees won't have an advantage? He said, no, I don't think that at all. And we said, why? And he said, because there's a science to it. These bats are specifically made for the strengths of each hitter. You just can't go to a sporting goods store and say, give me a torpedo 32-32. He said these are specifically made for the players that use them, and we have information that other teams might not have, because you see people, they're ordering torpedo bats, but have those bats been vetted by the analytics department to say exactly where the wood should be? So Boone's not concerned that people are going to catch up. A swing and a miss.
Yeah, you wouldn't believe. I mean, there's hundreds and hundreds of models of different bats. Some people like skinny handles, fat handles, big barrels. There's just so many different things. And you see this just wasted down and in. Very tough pitch for lefties who like the ball down and in to lay off. But it's all about what looks good to you, what feels good to you, and the barrels. Some people like a wood here, some people like it there. So it's just giving the players another option how to customize their bat to what feels good.
I thought one of the great lines was by Jose Trevino, who's now with the Reds. He's been with the Yankees the last couple of years. He said, I've used a torpedo bat for the last 2 years. I hit 200.
Yeah. A lot has to do with the Indian and the Arrow story, The
1-0. Grounded shortly to third. Suarez goes the short way, and Burns works out of further trouble. But Dominguez has put the Yankees on the board. Their first base runner. He wasn't on the bases too long. He jogged around with a home run. It's 2-1 Arizona. We go to the fourth.
Welcome back to Papa John's. For a very limited time, we've got free pizza. Yo, tell them what it is.
Buy any large pizza at regular menu price, get one large one-topping pizza for free.
No, like free. Yeah, we did do that.
Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
And the New York Yankees take the field. There it goes! See ya!
And it all comes down to the starting pitcher.
Swing and a miss.
Where conflict and bloodshed have reigned for years. Where sickness and neglect have afflicted generations. Where desperation and pain have been the rule. The Carter Center is there. Where access to information sets women free. Where everyone can vote in fair and honest elections. Where human rights are respected and ancient diseases are conquered. The Carter Center is there. For over 4 decades, across more than 80 countries, we have been there, leading the way toward a better, healthier, more compassionate world, waging peace, fighting disease, building hope. Be there with us.
Yankees Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Delta, the official airline of the New York Yankees. Delta, keep climbing. Cadillac Scoreboard, Arizona 2, Yankees 1. As we go to the fourth, Pavin Smith takes high from Will Warren, 1-0. Warren retired the first 8 Diamondbacks that he faced, then walked Perdomo on 4 pitches, and Carroll with a 2-run home run. That was in the third. 1-1. You know, Judge was talking about Warren, and he said the stuff is there, the array of pitches there. He said the thing that will take him to the level he wants to be at is confidence. He said confidence plays a large role in how you do in this league. And you could attest to that. You have to feel good about things. If you still doubt whether or not you belong, you might struggle.
There's no doubt about it. I mean, when you're breaking down every play, when it becomes unnatural, you know, it's just not a reactive part of it because you're relaxed. It makes the game extremely difficult. And I'm telling you, I'm looking at Dominguez out in left field, and that play that he made in the first inning rolls over into a great at bat because it's a confidence thing. You know, you hear that you can't play defense. You make a nice solid play. What do? You go up to the plate and hit a home run.
Smith works a walk. Let's check out tonight's injury report brought to you by Montefiore Einstein, the official hospital of the New York Yankees. Good news on Clark Schmidt. He threw 3 innings and 46 pitches yesterday in a simulated game in Tampa. He's going to throw again on Saturday. And you know what? He could join the Yankees in mid-April. He's building his pitch count up. Still no problems. And he will be a welcome addition to the rotation. And Meredith, you spoke to him earlier.
Yes, he said he felt like the ball was coming out of his hand extremely well. And today he woke up no issues, so he's moving in the right direction. Ian Hamilton also on the mend. He's expected to throw in another rehab game tomorrow. And Giancarlo Stanton spoke at his locker in the clubhouse and said not only is he hitting on the trajectory, but he's trying to ramp things up a little bit more. Still no timetable on him, but the elbow issue, Michael, it's something that he's going to be dealing with, some pain there throughout the course of the entire season, even when he does come back.
Now, there have been stories out there by many, many people that Stanton used the torpedo bat last year, and that led to the elbow issues. But when you guys spoke to him today, Meredith, he shut that down. He said that had nothing to do with it.
He said, if you're looking for that story, you're not getting it here. I'm not even getting into that. But he did say it's crazy that it took this long for these torpedo bats to kind of come out, because when you actually think of it and think of the science behind it, it makes a tremendous amount of sense. He couldn't figure out why it's taken this long.
Well, he used it in the playoff last year, right?
Yeah, but it's really been the last couple years, last 2 years, Paul.
But it is amazing, though, Meredith. He dominated the postseason using that bat, and no one noticed it. It didn't become a thing until we brought it up on Saturday.
Yeah, it's been around for years, and you know, certain things happen to bats. I mean, I've seen players shave them down to the handle almost being a toothpick. It's just everybody has a personal feel that makes you feel comfortable. But the science behind that, when you do think about it, and you see kind of that bubble before it gets to the end of the bat, that's where the wood has gone. And it just, as a hitter, when you're holding that bat, it just looks like you've got a bigger sweet spot.
Well, they're going to take a trip to the mound to settle down Warren, who has now walked the first 2 batters here in the 4th inning. Also, Stanton didn't want to get into it, as Meredith just said, and he said when he comes back, he's using it. So if it was indeed the source of the problem, he wouldn't be using it again.
Right. So I saw the pictures of you hitting. You didn't use the torpedo bat? You didn't want to square one up?
You know what? I didn't see one available. I just grabbed the one that was leaning against the cage. People were goading me into hitting.
Well, with a man of your talent, doesn't matter what you took to the plate. You were going to hit it hard.
You know what? I sent the ball into the outfield. I was quite satisfied. Did the bat flip.
That's
and
enough. That's enough. Didn't hurt your hands or anything?
No, because I hit it square, my friend. Here's Suarez. 0-1.
These are the situations that Aaron Boone is really going to concentrate on, how Warren goes about trying to get out of these jams. How do you try to get a ground ball here? Not give up a big inning and let your offense get back out there.
One and two. Suarez with a liner to left in the second. That was the ball that Paul's talking about, that Dominguez made the play on. Let's see if they turn two. There's one. And there's two. Moving to third is Smith. 4-6-3.
This is what you hope you see a lot of with Jazz and Volpe, and that's a double play combination, but a great sequence there to get ahead of Suarez and then keep him on the ground. Now you got an opportunity to get out of this inning.
Four innings, 4 assists so far for Jazz Chisholm Jr. Here's Moreno, struck out in the second. Good breaking ball drops in there. One and one. And the count goes 1-2 with a runner on third base and 2 outs. We're in the fourth inning. It's 2-1 Diamondbacks over the Yanks.
You really wonder if Warren is just going with what Wells feels is good, or if he's calling the game, because if you watch his sequence, first pitch curveball, then he backed it up with a sinker in and then went away. So he has hit both sides of the plate when Moreno can't really sit on one pitch.
Hit sharply, a humpback to Volpe, and that'll do it. So the 2 walks to open the inning. He pitches around it, has a little bit of a grin on his face.
Hey, I'm Wayne from WB Mason. I'm here to see Chef.
We're all set. We don't need any paper.
Wait! We get everything from them. WB Mason has it all. Smallwares, flatware, pizza boxes, plates, receipt paper, uniforms, everything.
And it's delivered the next day free with no minimum order. We sell cleaning supplies, too.
Oh, fantastic. Because now we need a garbage can and some Bounty paper towels.
Who but WB Mason for your food service needs?
Spot that's never out of sight. How it should be. The Hyundai Tucson. The Hyundai Tucson comes standard with America's best warranty. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today.
Today's game doesn't start with the tip-off. It starts off the court, putting in reps, putting up shot after shot, and putting together the right team so you can take what's yours. When you get ready, you stay ready to earn another W on the court and off.
Mass Mutual is committed to helping all women plan, protect, and grow their financial futures.
You're sick, on vacation, and now your wife is faced with going out there with them alone. But mom's having none of that. She got you a virtual visit with Amazon One Medical. And soon, beds will get delivered right to the hotel. Because no one gets out of joyful family fun. No one.
Well, it's time for pitching decisions presented by Sage.
Well, after the home run, you see what happens. He settles down immediately. He gets the top of the order. Got Goldschmidt, a good breaking ball down and in, and then Aaron Judge. So that's what good veteran pitchers do. They turn the page quick.
Cadillac Scoreboard, Arizona 2, New York 1, bottom of the fourth inning here at the stadium. That gives new meaning to the word foul pole.
That bird looks like it just came from Arthur Avenue. It's a little chubby.
A little discussion between Jazz and Malachi Moore. He did not like the strike 3 call that Moore had on him in the second inning. Moore saying, let's go. Chisholm, Volpe, and Wells against Burns. And a strike. Check swing, but Jansen Visconti said he went around.
I'll take a look at it here. Yeah, looks like a bat head did get out in front of the plate.
You wonder if that discussion is, okay, I looked at the replay and you were wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Does that happen?
Yeah, I mean, there's times where you'll go to the umpire now, especially when every pitch is, you can see striker ball 100%. Hey, I took a look at that pitch. You take a look at it. You missed the pitch. And a lot of times the umpires still aren't convinced. But you know what, Michael? I don't know that I ever came out and said, you know what, I took a look at that pitch and yeah, you were right. It was a strike.
So it didn't go both ways.
No.
Chisholm goes down on strikes, more conventional, swing and a miss. This is in the second inning. He did not like that call and can't believe it. And then when he stepped to the plate this inning, he wanted to tell Malachi, you know what? No. Volpe, high fly ball, left field deep. Going back McCarthy, trap, wall, tie game, see ya. Third home run of the year for Volpe.
Volpe's had some great swings and then ends up he's got 3 home runs already. Just looked like he stopped his bat after contact here, but the ball just flew out of here on a cold night. Third of the year.
There's Austin Wells. That was a significant shot. I think it was 418 feet, Paul.
Yeah, I mean, the follow-through was very short. And I watch him work in the cage sometimes, and he does it on purpose. I don't know why, but 418 feet, that's nothing to argue about. Some worked well. Barrel to the baseball, right on it. See, then it just kind of holds it off. Plenty of it, though.
Another one for the torpedo bat.
He got torpedoed.
How about Ellie De La Cruz with the torpedo bat with 2 home runs and 7 ribbies yesterday?
Not a bad way to break it out, huh? See, that's pretty much, I mean, maybe a little bit towards the label they did what, but I mean, it's pretty much on the barrel, and that's why that ball carries so well.
Last season, he had 3 home runs in his first 35 games. Is there any better feeling than hitting a home run than talking about in the dugout?
Oh, you become so chatty. I even talked a lot, Michael, when you hit home run. That's the best play right there. When you know that it's out of the ballpark, they can't take it away from you. Well, the Yankees have fought back here, tied it up.
That's 2 home runs against a brand-name pitcher, Dominguez and Volpe. So all 3 of Anthony's hits this year, home runs. And the Yankees, 17 home runs in 4 games this season. That's a major league record. Wells battling Corbin Burns.
Yeah, both home runs have been on the cut fastball, but, you know, he's got a lot of outs with the cut fastball also. I mean, we talked about how much he uses it over 40% of the time, so that is his number 1 pitch. Well, Wells really battling here, but he got a good pitch to hit there, pretty much right out over the middle of the plate. And I think sometimes when you're a hitter and you're protecting, you almost surprise yourself when you get that good a pitch of the hit. You're not ready for it.
Still battling.
Nothing straight in there. You see a lot of cutters, curveballs, and the changeup just to get a different look because they're trying to mess up the hitter's vision. But, you know, for the most part, you're going to be looking cutter here.
That's our first CBS receipt of the year.
Was that right?
Yeah.
I was in CBS today. I forget what for, but I was there.
It's got everything you want, right?
You just walk the aisles in case you find something.
5% off vitamins. Bat, huh? Wells works a walk. There's Jason Dominguez homered his first time up. Take a look at the exit velocity of that home run presented by Spectrum. Nice 100. Traveled 377 feet. You know, you said he's a strong guy, right? Mm-hmm. And so you see him in a major league uniform, it's hard to tell. But he was walking outside the clubhouse after Sunday's game, had a sleeveless shirt on. The dude is jacked.
Yeah, he's strong, he's big, and what really impressed me is how well he runs. He's fast.
One and one. One and two. They're making Burns work for sure. 75 pitches so far, and this is his first start. He's not going to be out there much longer. You would think he'd top out at 90.
Mm-hmm.
Spoiling good pitches. Ripped to right field. It's a base hit in front of Carroll. Wells will stop at second. Dominguez with a hard single. He's 2 for 2.
Yeah, he finally got a ball up in the strike zone. And if you watch what has happened all night, the ball's been down in the strike zone. This ball kind of hangs up in the middle of the plate. We've seen a lot of these. Dominguez hammers it to right field. Why? I mean, that ball's off the end of the bat a little bit, and that's why you talk so much about you know, the weight of the bat, and that's the big thing with the newer bats that we call the torpedo. They're a little more balanced because you're kind of putting the wood in an area where you want to hit the ball instead of having all the weight at the end of the bat, where, you know, years ago they started cupping bats and taking the wood out just to make them more balanced.
And that one gets past Moreno. And the Yankees move up to second and third.
Well, this I cut her down and in. Got the glove, couldn't get over there to stop it, but a big break for the Yankees. And now with the infield in, D-backs are going to try to save a run here. You know, your approach as a hitter completely changes. You want to get something in the air, something, even if they jam you, you can get it over the infield.
Infield is in, as Paul mentioned. Big cut by Rice. Rice with a hard double to right center in his only at bat. That was in the third inning. So second and third, one man out, one run in. It's a 2-2 game, bottom of the fourth.
He showed him his first time up that he can handle the fastball. You know, and it looks like that Burns is going to go with the breaking ball, which he did, to get the strikeout. I mean, that's what a lot of young hitters are susceptible to, is the off-speed stuff. Early in their careers, haven't seen a lot of these off-speed breaking balls. You saw one there for a big out.
So here's Oswaldo Cabrera. The infield backs up. And a strike.
Yeah, Michael, to your point, I mean, right now you're going to throw in your 30th pitch in the fourth inning. I mean, this could be it. You just hope that you get through this inning. Who knows if he's going to be back out there again.
Now, we talked about the Wells at bat. It was a 13-pitch at bat. That's the longest plate appearance of his career. Now, it's a young career, but then when you look at this, it's the longest anyone has ever had against Burns.
Ever?
Ever.
Ever's a long time.
Ever's a long time. 0-2. Soft ground ball to first. Naylor will flip to Burns, and he flips it over his head. Scoring as well. Here comes Dominguez. He'll score. A huge error. And the Yankees take a 4-2 lead.
You talk about a gift right here. I mean, a good pitch. You got an easy ground ball, and Naylor just kind of airmails Burns on an easy play at first base. Just kind of holds on it too long. And that's just not an error. That cost them 2 runs.
You think they're missing Christian Walker about now?
Yeah, Christian Walker, we talked about it. 3 consecutive gold gloves.
What an enormous misplay. And E3 on Naylor. 2 unearned runs, but they count on the board. Yankees lead 4-2. Here's Goldschmidt. One and 0. Well, Diamondbacks knew they were replacing Walker's offense, but were they replacing his defense? And the answer is no, they weren't. Not jumping on him for that error, but Christian Walker is a superb defender. 1-1. Hit shortly and right at Suarez. Hit it right on the screws, but Suarez right there. But the big error by Naylor And this home run by Volpe tied the game. It was 2-2 when he rounded the bases, but Naylor threw it away to make it 4-2 Yanks.
A blind spot that's never out of sight. How it should be. The Hyundai Tucson. The Hyundai Tucson comes standard with America's best warranty. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today.
Kia, movement that inspires.
Verizon and AT&T announced price hikes a total of 10 times in the past 2 years. Doesn't that blow your mind? Families can switch to T-Mobile and get all the benefits of their plans while saving 20%. T-Mobile blows the competition away. T-Mobile will also give you up to $800 when you switch. Mind blown. Is that a jet engine?
Go to T-Mobile.com to see how families can save 20% and get $800.
That's lunch.
Master anything with the fastest wireless speeds from Spectrum.
Howdy, Scoreboard. Yankees lead 4-2. The New York Public Library. Paul spent many a night when he's with the Yankees at that library.
Glad you explained what it was, because I didn't know. Where is that, by the way, Mike?
That's on 6th Avenue.
Okay.
I'm being told it's 5th Avenue, so obviously I didn't spend much time there.
You just went in the back of it. You went in the rear.
And a strike to Jake McCarthy. We're told it's open at 10 a.m., Paul, so you have plenty of time before a night game.
Yeah, no, 10 a.m., huh? No early morning readers.
Well, bring little Charlie. Go to the kids section.
I got to get Charlie away from Paw Patrol off the couch to get him there.
Fly ball down the right field line. I want to take this moment because, the Yankee season wasn't going on when the great Al Troutwig passed away.
Mm-hmm.
Paul, you knew Al, obviously, in the years that MSG had the Yankee rights. And I'll tell you what, Al was one of the most talented people I have ever worked with. He was just born to be on television, away with words, and such great advice for all young people that he worked with. I was very young when I started with him as well, and he was just something special.
He was a true professional, huh?
McCarthy works the walk. I got to tell you, though, Paul, you've got people on your side.
Yeah?
Joe Girardi just texted me, and he said library dig, that's the second one on O'Neill. So he is keeping, he's keeping track.
Tabs?
Yeah.
Well.
The other one was about the easy nature of the first name, that Yankee, and that's why Paul got it. And then the library dig, so he's keeping tabs.
It's a long year.
Mm-hmm. If I cross like 40, you know what? Just give me a backhand across the mountain.
I might do that if I cross 3. You're getting real close.
1-0 on Alec Thomas. 2-0. So the walk has been the problem for Will Warren. He's got 4 so far. And you got Brent Hedrick warming up for the Yanks. One of the 3 lefties they have in the bullpen.
One thing you have noticed about Warren is he doesn't look like he's trying to force anything. He doesn't look like he's overwhelmed. He got out of a big jam there. So I think if you're Aaron Boone, you want to knock down well on the walks, but he's thrown some quality pitches. He's used most of his pitches. And I think that every time he steps out on the mound now, that again, like we talk about, and Aaron Judge said, you gain confidence, and once you get rid of all the nerves and get over where you are, then you can just sit back and let your true talent come out.
Three and two. Grounded to Goldschmidt. There's one. Throw to second, not nearly in time. Moving up is McCarthy. Smart move by Goldschmidt, taking the sure out.
Yeah, I think that, the ball wasn't hit hard enough, obviously, to turn 2. But, you get an out. You're right by first base. Don't take a chance of throwing across the runner running. Take the sure out. And just, I know you've let a guy get into scoring position, but still, you've got an out on the board.
Perdomo takes a strike. Now we're seeing, Paul, his four-seam fastball is 91, but he's got a lot of pitches. So, I mean, that's not a fastball in today's game, but he's getting people out with it.
Right. I mean, it's got to be located, and you've got to use your secondary pitches, and which he has done. I love that right there. I mean, it just to back up the same pitch, because as a hitter, when you see a fastball right there, you think, oh, yeah, I'm not going to get it again. Well, he got it again. It wasn't called. But a lot of times backing up the same pitch can fool a hitter as well.
And he drops in a breaking ball, 1-2 on Perdomo.
I'm proud of you. You didn't fall for the sweeper.
No, I don't really say it.
I think I dropped one our first game.
You did. I was surprised.
I was very surprised at myself. I said, it's a breaking ball. Sweeper's at home in the closet. Well, it's not in the closet because my wife's probably running around with it right now. But it's supposed to be in the closet,
Fly ball left field, Dominguez. 2 outs. Now to bring up Carroll. This is what he did last time up.
Yeah, with a changeup that was up in the strike zone. Carroll, he's proven, even as a little guy, he can drive the ball out of the ballpark. Back-to-back years with over 20 home runs. And I think if you're Will Warren, you're pretty satisfied at the way things went tonight. Blake out there just trying to get him through this last out, getting through the 5th inning. Get the bullpen up.
So Hedrick sits down. Now it's Fernando Cruz. He wants to get this out. I keep saying managers, organizations don't care about wins for starters. Starters, they care about wins.
Well, twice in that Milwaukee series, starters didn't get through the 5th inning. One
out short, yeah.
And this is kind of a test right here. If you're Aaron Boone, all right, can you get out of this inning? Can you save this run? You do it here, you'll probably get the same opportunity next time you're out on the mound. To the changeup, which Carroll hit out of the ballpark last time, but you saw the location down. He was able to stay off of it, but down out of the strike zone.
Good cutter. 2-1. Pickoff attempt. I think that got McCarthy.
Yeah, it looks like it hit him right in the back. Probably through the webbing of the glove, but still, you feel it.
No, it hit him square and then trapped against the back.
Looked like Warren was a little late on that. Volpe was there a little bit earlier than that.
Two and two on Corbin Carroll.
Well, you got to realize, if you're Warren, this is my last hitter, and I need to get through this inning. How am I going to go about it? I showed him my fastball there, first time in this count.
Swing and a miss. Will Warren is pumped up. 5 innings of 2-run ball against a great offensive team. We're halfway through. Yankees up by 2. Will Warren is pumped.
Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching Yes.
How do you feel?
When we talk about leaving a legacy behind, we mean making lasting change in the futures of all New Yorkers, in the fabric of the places we love, through the values we hold dear. The New York Community Trust makes it possible to champion the causes that you care about, with powerful ways for everyone to give. Visit thetrust.nyc.
The Yankees baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Bet365. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. By Nissan. At Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com. And by Untuckit. Find the perfect fit today at Untuckit.com or more than 80 stores worldwide. Some of the players that have modeled both uniforms. Audi Scoreboard. Yankees lead 4-2, bottom of the 5th inning. Cody Bellinger leads off against Burns.
Did you see that Goldschmidt when he, you look at Warren. I mean, you've got to be extremely fired up if you're Aaron Boone. You gave him a couple chances. You gave him a leash. How far can you go? Can you get a big out? Can you get out of a jam? And I think he did extremely well when he needed to tonight. Just going back, you were talking about the uniforms that, they've sported both. And the one with Goldschmidt, that wasn't a good look. The gray pants, looked like the old softball uniform. I wasn't a big fan.
2-1. Well, they used to have more, when you guys played them in 2001, there was more of a purple.
Oh, yeah.
Predominant color. Now it's kind of rust. Two and two. Bellinger struck out twice against Burns. Jalen Beeks One of 3 left-handers for the Diamondbacks warming up. There's that color.
Oh, it's got the World Series patch.
Now look away.
Back memories.
Look away. I always say, if you have a World Series where there's 1 forever game, it's a pretty good World Series. 2, wow, unbelievable. That was 3.
Yeah, back to back to back, too.
Yep.
I mean, those 3 home games, that's what I remember of the World Series.
Well, then 4, because even, it was a classic 7th game. 6th game was terrible.
And you remember, I mean, Soriano would have gone down in history.
Yes.
I mean, he hit a huge home run that would have won Game 7.
Yep.
So it didn't end up being that way.
And Bellinger works a walk. Game 3 at the stadium was the famous first pitch by President Bush to Todd Green. In games 4 and 5, the home runs off Myung Kim, just amazing. Never heard the stadium like that. And then Game 7. Here's Aaron Judge. He's 0 for 2. Popped the third and grounded sharply to third. That one's foul back.
Remember about Game 7, Michael, is my last at bat off Kurt Schilling. I remember getting a hit. And then, I was kind of banged up, so Shane Spencer went into right field, and I was going to put my bats in the locker, and I heard some noise coming from the locker room. And it was Mr. Steinbrenner. And he was up in arms because they were building the stage in the locker room where they were going to give the World Series trophy away. And he was, you're jinxing us. Well, they were tearing it down 10 minutes later.
Yeah.
That's why they do it out in the middle of the field now, right?
I'm sure that's one of the reasons, yeah. I remember I was covering the 1986 World Series, and they built this whole stage at Shea Stadium in the visiting locker room because the Red Sox would win the World Series. And, I was standing outside as a writer for the Post, and all of a sudden you just feel the building shaking, and they are literally carrying Mrs. Yawkey, carrying her out of the clubhouse because she was there to receive the award. Runner goes. No throw. Judge checks his swing, and Andy Fletcher at first base said he did not go. So a stolen base for Bellinger. That's an aspect of his game that you're going to see a lot of this year.
Yeah, and you talked about how hard it is to steal on Marino. He's such a good catcher at throwing the ball. Tough pitch to handle. Good job by Bellinger.
Yeah, catches base stealers 34.3% of the time. The average is 20%. Strike 3, Judge down looking.
That's got to be it. You're going to see a lefty face Jazz. But again, that cut fastball right at the bottom of the strike zone.
Well, they let him go to 98 pitches in his first game. And that was right on the border, Paul. So that's going to do it for Burns in his first start for Arizona. The Diamondbacks will go to the bullpen.
A blind spot that's never out of sight. How it should be. The Hyundai Tucson. The Hyundai Tucson comes standard with America's best warranty. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today.
Something amazing is happening here. Students are inspired and engaged. That's because school districts consulted with CDW to design modern classroom solutions with pre-configured HP devices, making education immersive
accessible, and secure. Now when researchers study elephants, kids learn from 9,000 miles away. Make amazing happen. HP and CDW.
In this town, to play with the big boys, you gotta look the part. Because when the lights come on, it's time to shine and stand out from the crowd. An authentic cultural icon, electrified, just like New York.
Visit your Tri-State Cadillac dealer today and experience the first ever all-electric Escalade IQ.
Let's try to name that Yankee, brought to you by Prevision, made for your brain. 1,001 hits, 141 home runs, 1 World Series MVP. Played for the A's and the Yankees. This is a 3. It should be a 1.
So before you even gave her the numbers, you knew the answer.
Absolutely. Everybody does. Jalen Beeks on in relief, and he deals a ball to Jazz Chisholm Jr. Pitched in 2 games in the series against the Cubs. Chisholm struck out twice against Corbin Burns. We have a large crew that puts together Name That Yankee.
Yeah.
And I'd say early on they've given up.
They're not warmed up
no,
yet.
I don't get it. They had a whole winter to rest, and that's what they come out with.
A whole winter rest. That's what people were saying about me and you. That whole winter off, and they're putting this out?
Three and 1 on Chisholm. Power hitting Anthony Volpe on deck. Swing and a miss. Got the fastball by him, 3 and 2. Runner at second, 1 out. Swing and a miss. Chisholm down on strikes for the 3rd time tonight. 2 away.
Oh, a changeup from a lefty. A lot of times they used to stay away from that, but it's still an effective pitch. If you can throw it where you want, and that's down and in and out of the strike zone.
Volpe with his 3rd home run of the year, a long 418-foot drive to left center in the 4th inning. I tied the game 2. Right back to Beeks, who comes on and does a really nice job to get out of trouble. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 man left.
Spot that's never out of sight. How it should be. The Hyundai Tucson. The Hyundai Tucson comes standard with America's best warranty. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today.
Taxes was feeling so stuck. Now Taxes is having a TurboTax expert who does your taxes from start to finish. While you check in anytime. and get the most money back on your time. Now this is taxes.
Today, let's stain with Behr, the #1 rated stain.
Oh, we're finally staining the deck.
Not today, we're not.
With Behr stains, your deck will have all-weather protection.
I mean, today's my endurance ride, though.
This is so great. I've been telling him for months.
It's been a lot of rain.
That's okay. Behr stain will resist rain in just 4 hours.
Hey, who are you calling?
Oh, hey, we're having a barbecue next Sunday. Wait until you see the deck.
Get the #1 rated stain at an everyday low price.
Great idea to stain the deck.
Thanks.
Thank you. Only at the Home Depot.
Function. Say hello to form. How we get there matters.
Hey everybody, Bob Lorenz with your Audi update. Pirates and Rays, and runner on first. Rays up 4-0 until the bottom of the fourth. Brandon Lau, 2-run shot, no doubt about it. Makes it 6-0 Rays at their home for the 2025 season. George M. Steinbrenner Field. They're leading the Pirates 6-0 in the top of the sixth, guys. Thank you, Bob. We go to the top of the sixth right here. Yankees lead 4-2. New pitcher is Fernando Cruz. Pitched him one game against Milwaukee. Got a strikeout and a walk. So he had the walk to the first batter, and they threw 2 straight balls. And right away, the Yankees went to the mound, all the infielders, and settled him down, and he looked much better after that. This is a guy who really loves being a Yankee, something he's always dreamed about. And he was probably a little pumped up the first time he got on the mound. Yankees got him in a deal from the Reds. That sent Jose Trevino to the Reds. And good for Jose Trevino. They promptly signed him to a 3-year, $15 million extension. There's Adam Ottavino, just signed by the Yankees today. Well, that's his money pitch right there, the splitter. It is filthy. Marte is over 2 ground balls to the right side, 1 to first, 1 to second. Tipped into the glove of Wells. 1 away. Let's go around the majors, brought to you by Audi and the 2025 Audi Q6. Visit your local Tri-State Audi dealer today. Garrett Crochet, Red Sox acquired him during the offseason. They just agreed to a 6-year, $170 million extension. Jurickson Profar suspended 80 games for banned substance. We talked about this earlier. Ellie De La Cruz with a torpedo bat, 2 home runs and 7 ribbies for the Reds. Broken bat right there by Smith. Fouls it off. So far, the Yankee bullpen has been as advertised. They've pitched very, very well.
So you look at the bullpen tonight. Weaver, your closer?
You would think, but they could also go matchup because for those that just joined us, Devin Williams not with the team. He's off on paternity leave. That's why they brought in Ottavino. Another foul tip, 0-2.
And another nasty splitter. I mean, there's some pitches, Michael, that you can tell what's coming, and if it's thrown correctly, you're not going to hit it.
Swing and a miss. There's that splitter. 2 strikeouts for Cruz.
Watch this right at the end, and that's really dug in there. We talked about it the other day. It's almost knuckling out of his hand, and you get a ton of movement that way. A lot of split fingers. You'll see the spin of the baseball. That's almost like a true forkball. The last person I saw who had a really good forkball was Melito Perez. He used to sit in the dugout in between games and when he wasn't pitching and just put a softball in between his fingers just to keep him stretched out so he can have control of this pitch. And look how far ahead, and the ball's still going down.
1-1 on Naylor. Hey, the Diamondbacks have just one hit in this game. That was the two-run home run by Carroll in the third. They've been on base with a lot of walks, but just one hit. Yankees have 4. They lead 4-2. One and two. Two and two. Well, last year, the batter's at 116 against those splitters, and he uses it almost 42% of the time.
And that's the big key. A lot of times, pitchers don't go to a nasty pitch like that till they get 2 strikes. He'll throw it any time in the count.
Ground ball to Goldschmidt. Will take it himself, and Fernando cruises through 2, 3, and 4 in the Diamondbacks order. Yankees lead by 2.
Spot that's never out of sight. How it should be. The Hyundai Tucson. The Hyundai Tucson comes standard with America's best warranty. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today.
Hey, my treat today.
Thank you. But I don't think they take that here.
Of course they take Discover. It's accepted at 99% of places.
99%? I didn't know that.
You're stuck in the past. Unlike me.
You look rad.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places nationwide. Earn cash back at all of them.
Listening to people that drink Bigelow tea is so important to my family because making that perfect cup, it's the reason we do what we do. Hi, guys. Hey. So what are you guys drinking?
Constant comment. When I'm drinking Bigelow tea, it's just a moment for me. It's just me time.
That's what a cup of tea is. A moment for you, someone you love.
Oh, it tastes really great.
Yes, it was always Bigelow tea. Wow, that's what my family hopes for. Cheers. Cheers.
Experience at the Tesla Model Y. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Yankees baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Toyota, the official hybrid vehicles of the Yankees, and by Delta, the official airline of the New York Yankees. Delta, keep climbing. Well, we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Yankees up by 2. It'll be Wells, Dominguez, and Rice. Montefiore, Einstein scoreboard. Yankees lead 4-2. First game of this 3-game set. Biggs came on and struck out Chisholm and got Volpe to ground. Right back to Beeks. So Wells had a 13-pitch walk in the 4th inning against Burns, and he later came around to score. On the Yankee catcher. Wells has 2 hits in the early going, and both of them have been for home runs. Yankees had their 2nd series of the year last year, also against the Diamondbacks. They opened up with 4 games against Houston. They swept that series. And then they had 3 games in Arizona where they took 2 out of 3. Got off to a great start. Yankees trying to go 4-0 for the 2nd straight year. Served to left field. McCarthy on the run coming in toward the line. 1 down. was 2 for 2. Had his first home run of the year in the third, then a single right in the fourth, and came around to score on the Naylor error. Now batting from the right side, swings and misses.
It's the beauty of a new season, Michael. I think he came into the game hitting 115. Get a couple hits. Now you hit 300.
Not too bad.
Huh?
Off the end of the bat, foul back, 0-2. Shelby Miller up for Arizona. Beeks, 31 years old. He signed with Houston in March, then was released 2 weeks later, and then signed with Arizona last Wednesday. Already been in 3 games now.
Well, you talk about a long arm pitcher or a short arm. You watch Beeks. I mean, he just hides that ball, really never extends it down below his waist.
Fly ball right field. Carroll on the run, coming in, covers a lot of ground to make the play. Get free MLB.tv with T-Mobile. Redeem today at T-Mobile.com/MLB.
You touched on this earlier, Michael. I mean, on a cool night early in April. I mean, quite a crowd here tonight. You start to feel like last year where, you know, you get used to seeing this place filled almost every night. It makes it so much fun for the players to come to the ballpark.
Pitch to Rice is outside, so they're letting Ben hit against the left-hander. He doubled to right center in the third, struck out in the fourth. Really nasty breaking ball by Burns, struck him out in the fourth. That one's up and in.
Much harder to see the ball up and in off a lefty, and believe me, that gets your attention because you have to worry about staying in there, and you don't pick it up as well because of the release point. He stayed in there, though. Tried to go the other way. We were talking before the game about India being hit the other night by
Jonathan India, yep.
Right in the face, and then ran off, came back and got 3 hits the next day. Right?
Amazing. He got hit with a fastball right in the face, ran right into the clubhouse, and luckily he was not injured and played the next day. You ever get hit in the face? No.
Out in the backyard with a tennis ball. I got hit in the helmet a couple times in big leagues. Yeah, never in the face. Thank goodness. Face has got enough issues.
Yeah. I didn't want to say that. That would have been 3.
Then you would have had a problem, too.
Yeah, I would have had a bad face, too, or worse. Bottom of the 6th inning. Yankees up by 2. Here's the 3-2. Grounded to second. Marte there. And the Yankees go down in order. So Beeks has retired all 5 Yankees he's faced. We're going to the 7th.
A blind spot that's never out of sight. How it should be. The Hyundai Tucson. The Hyundai Tucson comes standard with America's best warranty. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today.
Okay, almost ready. Wait, what time is it? You keep me honest, Daphne. Okay, it's time. I totally manifested this.
Listening to people that drink Bigelow tea is so important to my family because making that perfect cup, it's the reason we do what we do. Hi, guys. So what are you guys drinking?
Constant comment. When I'm drinking Bigelow tea, it's just a moment for me. It's just me time.
That's what a cup of tea is. A moment for you, someone you love.
Oh, it tastes really great.
Yes, it was always Bigelow tea.
Wow, that's what my family hopes for. Cheers.
Luxury isn't about where you go. It's about how you feel getting there. with the thrill of 375 horsepower and the convenience of a 14.5-inch display. It's about being able to see things bigger than ever and turning a playlist into a concert. Welcome to the 2025 Genesis GV80 and GV70. Get the GV70 for 2.99% APR for 60 months. Exclusively at your tri-state Genesis retailers.
The Audi Electric Moment. Experience a fully electric Audi vehicle at your local tri-state Audi dealer today.
Well, again, Warren had a tremendous outing. He had opportunities to give in, and he did not. And if you look at what he did, almost doubled his changeup usage. Tonight it was at 21%. So he found a pitch that was working. Usually it's only around 12%, but he got some big outs when he needed to. And what a great way to start your season. Get through 5 innings. Aaron Boone gave you a little longer leash than some people would have thought to get out of a jam, to get that last out in the 5th. Good job.
See the Yankees tighten up their defense. They bring in Trent Grisham to play center. They move Bellinger from center to left, and Dominguez gets the rest of the game off.
Man, what a luxury to have Bellinger. You can put him in left, center, first base, and he is going to help you defensively everywhere.
And he could play right when Judge DHs, and he is really a good first baseman as well. So Cruz in for a second inning of work. Suarez fouls it off 1-2. Suarez is 0 for 2. Lined out to left and wrapped into a 4-6-3 double play. That was a big play for Warren. He had walked the first 2 batters of the 4th and got Suarez to hit into the double play. Swing and a miss.
Wow. Cruz has been something tonight, and it's been nothing but that split finger, and it's been unhittable. Everything, you see, nothing lays out over the plate. Everything kind of dives down out of the strike zone, which even if you make contact, you're not going to get hurt down out of the strike zone. Well, on that super slow shot, you could see how far ahead the hitters are.
So a more conventional splitter is going to have more spin to it.
Yeah, I talked to David Cohn about it a lot. I mean, he could have it breaking both ways. Ron Darling, who's doing the game next to us tonight, he also could make it go both ways, but it almost had like 2-seam spin, so you could get some kind of tracking on it. When a ball is knuckling, you really don't know what it's going to do, and you're seeing a lot of downward action from Cruz tonight.
Well, Cruz could always strike people out. Over 13 strikeouts per 9 innings last year. The walks were the issue. Well, he looks good. That's 4 strikeouts and 5 batters as Moreno goes down.
Again, it's just time and time again. You see that rotation, and there's not a lot there, and it just takes off and dives out of the strike zone. And you're wondering on TV, how can you swing at that? It's just the arm speed is so fast, just like the fastball, and then the ball just disappears.
There's Jake McCarthy.
And that's the important thing right there for me, that, you know, if you have a great changeup, a great slider, a great split finger, every once in a while you have to show that fastball just to keep in the back of the mind of the hitters.
High fly ball, right center. On the run is Judge. He's called off by Grisham, who makes the play for the final out. So Cruz 6 up, 6 down with 4 strikeouts. At the end of 6.5, it's time for the 7th inning stretch. The Yankees lead the Arizona Diamondbacks 4-2, but we're going to stay right here as we honor America in the Bronx.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you rise and remove your caps and please direct your attention to the area behind home plate as the New York Yankees welcome an honored military guest. United States Army Specialist Theodore Lagunas from Island, New Jersey, who served in the Vietnam War. The Yankees say thank you for your sacrifice and service to our nation. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please join us in singing along with Robert Merrill's rendition of God Bless America.
We heard you. Savings should be easier. So we created the new Stop and Shop Savings Station. Quickly scan your card or enter your phone number to activate your weekly digital coupons and personalized offers. Shop smarter, save more. Only at Stop and Shop.
Something about the way we're working just isn't working. When you're caught up in complex pay requirements or distracted by scheduling staff in multiple time zones, or thinking about the complexity of working in Monterey while based in Montreal, you're not doing the work you're meant to do. But with HR, pay, time, talent, and analytics all in one global people platform, you can do the work you're meant to do.
Bases loaded, full count, and your internet strikes out again? Don't take slow for an answer. Get Optimum Fiber, awarded the fastest and most reliable fiber internet, starting at only $40 a month, because every moment matters. Enjoy fiber internet with speeds 4 times faster than Verizon. Plus, get a 5-year price lock and a $400 prepaid MasterCard on us. Get Optimum Fiber internet starting at $40 a month, with no equipment fees and clear and simple pricing. Call 888-4OPTIMUM, visit Optimum.com, or a store near you. Optimum. Don't take slow for an answer.
This week, Stop and Shop for great deals. Stop and Shop top round London broil or roast is $4.99 per pound. Plus, buy 2 Purdue fresh boneless chicken breasts and get 4 items free with our 1-sheet pan chicken meal deal. Stop and Shop. Feed the moment.
It's time for your Ford Studio Update. Bob and Jack with you, and the Yankees, their fans may learn a little something extra about Will Warren tonight.
Yeah, he passed the test in the 5th inning that helped the Yankees tonight and might help them for the rest of the season. The Yankees electing to stay with him against Carroll, who had hit a 2-run homer against him earlier in the game. The home run came on a changeup. Warren went curveballs and a cutter to get Carroll. 5 solid innings from the rookie.
Yanks have the lead. Now it's about hanging on to that lead, getting the bullpen configuration right. We'll talk about all of it coming up on the postgame, guys.
Thank you, Bob and Jack. The game summary, this is the way it looked. 4-4-0 for the Yanks. And for the Diamondbacks, just 1 hit, the home run by Corbin Carroll. So 2-1-1. The 1 error is the difference in the game. The throwing error by Naylor, allowing 2 runs to score on what would have been the 3rd out. Burns went 4 1/3. Will Warren 5. Home runs by Dominguez and Volpe. So Warren, an interested observer as the Yankee bullpen doing its thing. Shelby Miller in for the Diamondbacks, and he gets Cabrera to swing at the first pitch. 3 strikeouts in 2 innings in 1 game so far this year. 13th big league season for Miller, 34 years old. Popped up. Suarez in foul territory, makes the play, overran the ball, but reached back to make the play. It's time for a very simple name that Yankee. Played for the A's from 91 to 97, came over to the Yankees.
I bet he won an MVP of the World Series.
Yes, he did.
Michael, so when you left, this is hilarious, and James will attest to it because he was here.
Okay.
All of a sudden, a young kid yells at me, Jimmy Key is not a 2. I said, well, what is he, a 1? He's like, I'm 23. I never heard of him.
Oh, wow.
So relative, Michael. I said, you better study up because Jimmy Key was really, really good.
Wow. Here's Brocious versus Byung-Young Kim. And that forever game that we talked about earlier. Boy, did the stadium shake right there.
Wow. You know, there were nights like that. That's why you had to build a new one, Mike. Hey, who's that young guy?
Look at that youngster.
Some things they just cannot take away from you, Michael. Memories like that, they're there forever, right?
It's amazing. That one is laced to right field off the bat of Goldschmidt. And I wouldn't want to make you feel uncomfortable, but I mean, Scott broaches his resume, but one of the great things about that World Series, you talked about the forever games, the end of Game 5 where the Yankees are actually trailing before another one of those home runs off of Young Kim, the crowd is serenading you by chanting your name, and I never saw a guy seem more uncomfortable as you're like shuffling your feet in right field. You didn't know what to do, but to me, I'm in the radio booth. I'm getting choked up. It was so beautiful.
Yeah, it was. That was an awesome night. And you said the key word is at the time we're losing. Mm-hmm. But after the big comeback on the way home, it all kind of sinks in. What just happened? I'm like, oh, really? I mean, I used to dream about that in the backyard. You never knew it was going to happen in life at Yankee Stadium. Huh?
Pretty amazing stuff. Well, I don't know if you realize it, but Yankee fans kind of liked you. So did the owner.
I fooled him. Yeah. Fooled him for a little while.
Shattered bat, ground ball to Marte. He'll get Bellinger.
There's torpedo on the field, Michael.
Torpedo down. We go to the 8th.
Making my way downtown, walking fast, faces pass and I'm homebound. And I need you, and I miss you.
Let's get you home.
I followed you into the park, through the jungle, through the dark. Girl, I never loved one like you.
Boats and boats and waterfalls, alleyways and payphone calls. I've been everywhere with you.
That's true. Laughing till we went down, barefoot on the summer night. Never could be sweeter than with you. Let me come home. Home is wherever I'm with you.
When you're on the field, you're playing for your fans. At home, you're playing for your family. My playbook, read labels, keep it allergy friendly, and have an epinephrine nasal spray as a backup plan.
Dad, stay out of the kitchen.
What's she talking about?
Yeah! In your face, Doc!
That's the kitchen, Jason.
I tried to tell him, but he didn't listen to me.
Because when my family's safe from food allergens, that's the real victory.
It's time for Allstate Good Hands. And Paul, the Yankees are in good hands with Fernando Cruz the last 2 innings.
Boy, he was nasty tonight. Had the split finger work and a lot of swing and misses. And it's not like they were missing by a little. They were missing by a lot. Great effort by Cruz tonight.
Hyundai Scoreboard, Yankees lead 4-2 as we go to the top of the 8th inning. Tim Hill will take over, and Randall Grichuk is going to pinch hit for Alec Thomas. The Yankees have to watch out with Grichuk. He has 18 home runs against the Yankees since 2015. Go figure.
Well, that little nugget, you wanted him to get in the game tonight, didn't you? You were all ready.
That one's driven to left field. It's over the head of Bellinger. And one hop up against the wall as Grichuk with a pinch hit double against Hill. Let's check out the bullpen budget brought to you by Citizens. Made sense of your money with Citizens. Yesterday was an off day, so everybody got a breather. On Sunday, they used Leiter, Cruz, Hill, and Yarbrough.
You got to figure you want Weaver for the end. Leiter's been really good and a lot of strikeouts so far. He had Ottavino up earlier.
Grounded inside first and down the right field line off the bat of Perdomo. Scoring is Grichuk. Coming up quickly with the ball is Judge, and Perdomo stays at first with an RBI single, and the Diamondbacks have pulled to within one.
Well, Grichuk hit a line drive, elevated it, and you don't see that very often off a hill. This is just bad luck. Ball put in play the other way. You can tell he's trying to hit it to the right side. It just happened to find a hole.
That one's tapped back to Hill. Can they turn two? There's one. But no, Carroll's just too fast. And there's Leiter.
I think Aaron Boone wants to switch Marte back to the left side. He's been swinging the bat extremely well from the right side the past couple of years.
So Mark Leiter Jr. will get the call. Runner on first base. That's the tying run. Coming up, Marte. Hill departs. We'll be back.
Can you engineer a feeling? Is there a formula for bliss? Can a car do more than getting there? Can it move you? Questions matter, as long as you're asking the right ones. How we get there matters.
Hey. Hey. Rental? Yep. You? Yeah. You know your shoe's untied.
Oh. Don't let a boxy suit ruin your night. Read from thebblacktux.com.
Shopping, working, and relaxing online can attract various digital threats. To improve your protection against them, just turn on NordVPN. This cybersecurity app will block web trackers and malware-infected sites. It will also encrypt your internet traffic without losing a smooth connection. Get the deal now. NordVPN, cybersecurity built for every day.
Yankees baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center. By Hyundai, with a brand new Hyundai, there's joy in every journey. And by Mohegan Sun. Something's always happening at Mohegan. They're showing you the library again, Paul.
Well, I know that I've seen it twice in my life.
Mark Leiter Jr. We've seen him twice so far this year. This is game number 3. And he will face Ketel Marte. Runner at first base. Carroll has speed. 35 stolen bases last year. 54 the year before. Marte in his career hits 267 against righties, 309 against lefties. That's why this move has been made. One and one. Marte was 0 for 2 against Warren and struck out against Cruz, so 0 for 3 on the game. Longest tenured Diamondback on this team, his 11th season in Arizona. Also much higher OPS against lefties. Runner at first, held by Goldschmidt. 3-1 on Marte. Yankees lead 4-3. Mantiply and Martinez up for the Diamondbacks. Runner goes. Pitch is high. Walk nonetheless. No throw needed. So Marte works a walk first and second with one man out. Yankees hockey jersey night is back for 2025. Come out to Yankee Stadium on Friday, April 25th, when the Yankees take on the Blue Jays. First 18,000 guests in attendance receive a Yankees hockey jersey, courtesy of DKNY. Tickets are going fast, so get yours today at Yankees.com. That's a sharp-looking jersey.
I think the giveaways every year get better and better, huh?
They do. And you do the hockey jersey against Toronto. Makes sense. There's Pavin Smith, but first the inside fake to second. Chasing Carroll back. Carroll, great speed as the tying run in this game.
Yeah, you got to watch him. I mean, you don't want to put him in motion. Both guys can run. And we talked earlier in the game, at the top of this order with Carroll and Marte, it's what makes this offense run.
Nice block there by Wells.
The big curveball, but you're not even trying to catch it. Just get your body in front of it. Keep it in front of you.
On Pavin Smith. Struck out twice and walked. Another block by Wells, 2-1.
He's gone to a lot of off-speed stuff the past couple days. His last outing also. Curveballs early, split fingers late.
At second, Marte's at first. One man out. Way upstairs and past Wells. It's a walk. The runners move up. Bases are loaded.
Yeah, he's not been able to get ahead where he could expand things. He's been behind in the count, and a lot of times the hitters can really zero in on this off-speed stuff. This ball just sails away. No chance for Wells.
Well, Matt Blake wants to have a talk with Mark Leiter Jr. That ball got away, and Corbin Carroll right away thinking about darting for home, but decided against it, but certainly put pressure on Wells to get the ball quickly. Support America's military and first responder heroes. Donate $11 a month to the Tunnel to Towers Foundation at T2T.org. Adam Ottavino signed today in the bullpen tonight, warming up.
Leiter has just not been able to get ahead of these first couple of hitters. Out of the 10 pitches, 8 of them have been balls where, again, the hitters aren't going to start leaving the strike zone when they're ahead in the count.
There's Josh Naylor, 0 for 2 with a walk. Yankees looking for the double play. They play the infield back. Now the Yankees have to be very careful with the ball in the dirt because even if it's blocked, Carroll could dart home if it gets far enough away from Wells.
A good RBI guy. Naylor drove in over 100 last year, but also a good double play guy if you can keep him in the infield.
Suarez off the splitter, 0-2.
I always hated these situations, Michael, where a guy has a way to kind of redeem himself after the big air, and now he's up in bases loaded. Leiter way ahead in the count.
One and two. Suarez is on deck. Bases loaded, one man out. Yankees lead by one, top of the 8th inning. Swing and a miss, got him on the splitter. Big strikeout for Leiter. 2-away.
Again, if you get ahead in the count, then as a pitcher, you can leave the strike zone. A good split finger, and you see this ball dart down, and a huge strikeout for Leiter.
So 1 out away from wiggling out of this jam. Here's Suarez, is 0 for 3. Bases remain loaded. Sinker away, 1-0. Suarez just named National League Player of the Week. The 1-0. There's a strike. So the first two pitches, fastballs.
Yeah, that was the pitch right there. If you're Suarez, wow. You know, you're probably in the back of your mind think he might try to go off speed. Has not thrown a lot of fastballs. He snuck one in on him there.
There's the splitter, low, 2-1.
You can see that take right there and how easy he didn't even flinch at it, which to me tells me that Suarez is really looking off speed. Off Leiter.
Tying runs at third base. Go ahead run at second. Swing and a miss. Gets the sinker by him. 2-2. Two balls, two strikes, two outs. High fly ball, left field and deep. Bellinger back on the track at the wall. Gone. A grand slam for Suarez. And just like that, the Diamondbacks take the lead.
Well, you talked about player of the week, 4 home runs. Well, there's his 5th, and it's a grand slam. One pitch away from getting out of this jam. And he went off speed again, and it looked like Suarez was looking off speed the whole at bat. That ball stayed out middle in, but just something he could get the barrel on. Just barely got out of here. But it's enough for 4 runs. And that split finger you saw dive down. This one just kind of went horizontal. And that's a ball that a hitter can hit.
5th home run of the year. Now has 11 ribbies, and with one swing, the Diamondbacks take the lead. Yankees go to the pen.
Dear Freedom, what forms do you take? More miles driven, more dollars saved, more life embraced, and more electrified vehicles than any other brand. Yours, Toyota. That's right. Toyota has more electrified vehicles than any other brand.
Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
The beach. To Corona, she isn't just a place. She is an element, and with salt and spray, she shoves us relentlessly into the present. That's what's inside every bottle of Corona. So no matter where your journey takes you, with just a squeeze of lime, the beach is always closer than you think. Corona, La Playa awaits.
Bases loaded, full count, and your internet strikes out again? Don't take slow for an answer. Get Optimum Fiber, awarded the fastest and most reliable fiber internet, starting at only $40 a month, because every moment matters. Enjoy fiber internet with speeds 4 times faster than Verizon. Plus, get a 5-year price lock and a $400 prepaid MasterCard on us. Get Optimum Fiber internet starting at $40 a month, with no equipment fees and clear and simple pricing. Call 888-4Optimum, visit Optimum.com, or a store near you. Optimum. Don't take slow for an answer.
Well, fans, the Yes app has moved to the Gotham Sports app, your new home for streaming live Yankees, Nets, and more, free with an eligible TV subscription. Download the Gotham Sports app now and sign in with your existing Yes app username and password, or visit GothamSports.com to get streaming. Well, the Yankees go to the bullpen, and Adam Ottavino will come on. 39 years old from Brooklyn. He was with the Red Sox in spring training. Did not make the team. The Yankees signed him today and put him on the active roster with Devin Williams on paternity leave. That's what he did last year with the Mets.
And Michael, I actually had the opportunity to catch up with him for the batting practice show, and I asked what his initial reaction was when he heard that the Yankees wanted him back. He said, heck yeah, can't wait to get to the Bronx. They said, we just need you here by the start of the game today. He walked in the clubhouse with a huge smile on his face. He said just putting on pinstripes means something. He always loved pitching here in New York and said the fans are always fired up and engaged. He believes he's still a major league pitcher, and he strikes one out right there to end the inning.
But not before the Diamondbacks take the lead. They're up by 3 as we go to the bottom of the 8th.
A blind spot that's never out of sight. How it should be. The Hyundai Tucson.
The Hyundai Tucson comes standard with America's best warranty. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today.
Kia, movement that inspires.
Hey, my treat today.
Thank you. But I don't think they take that here.
Of course they take Discover. It's accepted at 99% of places.
99%? I didn't know that.
You're stuck in the past. Unlike me.
You look rad.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places nationwide. Earn cash back at all of them.
Custom Ink helps us celebrate and drive our students' achievements with custom gear. They love Custom Ink's different styles and designs. We love how Custom Ink makes the process simple with their easy-to-use design lab, expert artists ready to help, and unbeatable customer service. Custom Ink allows our kids to show everyone their accomplishments and the pride they have in our school. When we place an order, I know they got our back, so we can focus on the kids.
We make it easy to wow all your groups with high-quality custom apparel, accessories, and promo products, all backed by our guarantee at customink.com.
Time for PNC Bank Slow Moments. Corbin Carroll hit a home run, as did Jason Dominguez. Balls continue to fly out of Yankee Stadium in this season-opening homestand. Big error by Naylor and a mistake by Mark Leiter Jr. as Suarez hits a grand slam to give the Diamondbacks the lead. Hyundai Scoreboard 7-4-1 Arizona, 4-4-0 Yankees. You know, one thing that we noticed about the Suarez at bat he just ignored the fastball, and the one he swung at, he couldn't catch up with because he was sitting off speed. He was waiting for that pitch, and he got a pitch that wasn't perfect.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably got a mental scouting report on Leiter. He's faced him before, and you could see how many times Leiter was going to the off-speed pitch. And a lot of times, you kind of have to read that as a catcher or a pitcher. When the fastballs aren't touched and the breaking balls and the split fingers are out of the zone and they're not even, really, he didn't even offer at him. And, veteran hitters will sit on certain pitches. And he is a veteran hitter with a lot of power.
1-1 on Judge. New pitcher is Justin Martinez. Yankees down by 3, bottom of the 8th. A 5 spot for Arizona in the 8th. Judge red hot against Milwaukee is 0 for 3 tonight. Lourdes Gurriel takes over in left field. McCarthy moves from left to center.
Well, you better tune it up a little bit. That last pitch from Martino was a 100-mile-an-hour sinker. It went go to a splitter at 90. Good split fingers in the house tonight, huh, Michael?
There's Jazz Chisholm. So many people throw hard. I think that batters can catch up with fastballs now. That's why the changeup and a pitch like the splitter is so important to have.
Yeah, you even see kind of the 12-6 overhand curveball coming back, especially early in the count, where you don't have to make a perfect pitch just to get a strike.
Eighth inning has been good for the Diamondbacks in the early going. They scored 8 runs in the 8th inning against the Cubs on Sunday to win that game coming from behind. And now they score 5 in the 8th against the Yankees to go from down 4-2 to up 7-4. Two and two.
Look up the scoreboard. It's kind of odd. I mean, you've got 11 runs between both teams, only 8 hits combined, 4 by each side. So it's not like either team, just knocking the cover off the baseball, but the hits have been big and they've left the yard.
101 right past Chisholm, who struck out 4 times tonight now with that swing and a miss.
You saw the split finger for a strikeout, then you see 101 for a strikeout up part of the strike zone. Just kind of takes off as a hitter. You just can't stay on top of it.
So here's Anthony Volpe. Fouled away. Jazz went with a new bat. He's been going with that gray one.
When you're having a night, you'll switch it up. Just try to switch your luck up.
It seems, Paul, that what baseball has become, so many people throw 97, 98. That doesn't seem special anymore. But it seems when it gets into triple digits, it's a little different.
And I was just looking at the demeanor of Martinez out on the mound. I mean, when you're looking at the scoreboard, throwing 100, 101, it just gives you confidence. You kind of throw your shoulders back and like, here, hit it. And then every once in a while, let's just throw a split finger to keep you honest. But it must be something to be a pitcher and be able to bring it over 100 when you want to.
Swing and a miss. Just dominating in the 8th inning as the Yankees go down 1-2-3. 3 strikeouts. Martinez blows them away. We go to the 9th.
Can you engineer a feeling? Is there a formula for bliss? Can a car do more than get you there? Can it move you? Questions matter, as long as you're asking the right ones. How we get there matters.
A blind spot that's never out of sight. How it should be. The Hyundai Tucson.
The Hyundai Tucson comes standard with America's best warranty. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today.
I want to thank my mom and my baseball. There it is.
Find your ultimate playground at visitcalifornia.com.
Subway's got a new meal of the day with a deal on a different sub every day of the week. Fresh baked bread, fresh sliced meat, fresh chopped veggies, vinaigrette, plus chips and a drink. You've got the perfect lunch at the perfect price. Your coworker went with the $17 salad. Get it together, Stan. Find your fresh with the all-new $6.99 meal of the day at Subway. Or make it a foot long for just $3 more.
Well, the upcoming schedule brought to you by your local Tri-State Buick dealers. Tomorrow night, we're on Prime against Arizona. Then back on Yes at 7:05 on Thursday. Then the Yankees hit the road. 3 games against the Pirates. And then 3 games in Detroit against the Tigers. Thursday's an off day. And then the Giants come into Yankee Stadium for a weekend set. Ottavino deals low to Jake McCarthy. And a strike. You know, you wonder how long Ottavino will be here, because he's here because Devin Williams is on paternity leave, and Boone was asked about it before the game. He said, we'll see. We'll see how he pitches. So I guess you could always think it could be a one and done when Devin Williams comes back, but if he pitches, well, they'll make room. They'll find a place for him in the bullpen.
Yeah, it's not like you're coming in with a blank sheet of paper here. I mean, they know Ottavino. They know if his stuff is good, that he's really, really good against righties with that slider.
Well, Hedrick was up earlier. He's up again. th big league season for Adam Ottavino. 39 years old. Three and two. A.J. Puck is up for the Diamondbacks. Try to get the final 3 outs. And a walk issued to McCarthy. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the New York Yankees and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the New York Yankees. So here is Gurriel coming off the bench for defense after Grichuk had pinch hit for Thomas. Grichuk used to be a pretty good outfielder, but they had him pinch hit, and he doubled to start off that 5-run 8th inning and then came out of the game for defense. Runner goes. Strike. Throw to second. Not in time. Stolen base for McCarthy. That's one of the things with Ottavino. You can run on Ottavino.
Yeah, McCarthy's one of the better speedsters in the league. He runs extremely well. Good throw by Wells, just too late.
Well, since 2022, McCarthy has 74 stolen bases. Pretty close. Popped up, shallow right. Catch is made by Chisholm. One away. So with Hedrick ready, Boone's going to call on the left-hander. Ottavino leaves a runner at second with one man out. Hedrick against Perdomo when we come back.
At LL Bean, we've been innovating for over a century, making great products better so you can feel better. Day after day, year after year. Outside together since 1912. LL Bean. Be an outsider.
Studies show that over time, pets begin to resemble their owners. But even if they look like family, most aren't protected like family. In fact, only 4% of dogs and 1% of cats have proper pet insurance. Healthy Paws offers high-quality pet insurance protection that keeps your pet happy and healthy for years to come. Protected like family. Visit healthypaws.com today.
Dear unbreakable spirit, when the terrain is gnarly, you steady us. When obstacles are ahead, you lift us. When the turf is hostile, you inspire us. Own a legend. Toyota Trucks.
Right now, lease a rugged new Tacoma for just $299 a month, or get 1.99% APR financing on a powerful new Tundra. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Time for the Optimum Don't Take Slow for an Answer replay.
Cody Bellinger can do a lot of things, and that's including stealing bases. And right here, with Aaron Judge at the plate, his first of the year. Many more to come.
So Hedrick in his second game for the Yanks. And he will deal to Perdomo with a runner at second and one man out. 7-4 Diamondbacks. And a strike. Perdomo walked in the third, scored. Fly ball to left and an RBI single to right in the eighth against Tim Hill. That one's looped into center field. Coming on, Grisham dives, and he makes the play. Hustling back to second is McCarthy. And they're saying that he trapped the ball. So McCarthy did not have to hustle back to second. We'll see on the replay. And he did indeed trap it.
Yeah, it looks like that glove kind of stuck. I didn't think he had a prayer at making this play, but he got to the ball. Good thing he kept it in front of him also. Christian is such a good outfielder. So the glove kind of stick, which allows the ball to bounce, and then there's no way you can get the glove under it.
So base hit by Perdomo, and here is Corbin Carroll. And a strike. That's the fifth hit for Arizona. Yankees have 4. Diamondbacks lead 7-4. And another strike 0-2. Swing and a miss. Dominating Carroll, striking him out for out number 2.
And as a lefty, a lot of times with 2 strikes, you're thinking breaking ball. This ball's by him. A fastball just out of this, up in the strike zone, but got it by him.
So here is Marte. One and 0.
Yeah, this is a dangerous at bat right here. Marte, we've noted earlier how much better he is against righties. Really swings the or against lefties. Really swings the bat well right-handed. Really got to be careful here.
Grounded to third. Nice grab by Cabrera. Throws to first. A beautiful backhand scoop by Goldschmidt to end the inning. Good play on both ends. Cabrera getting to it, and Goldschmidt turning it into an inning-ending out. For Arizona, no runs, a hit, and 2 men left on base. Last licks coming up for the Yankees. Do they have a rally in their bones?
Dear First Place, the road to success is a slippery one, but Camry's all-wheel drive keeps a firm grip on quality. With hybrid efficiency, no wonder KBB named Camry a Best Buy, and America named Camry its best-selling sedan, Toyota Camry.
Snap up an incredible lease on the all-wheel drive Toyota Camry for just $299 a month. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Verizon and AT&T announced price hikes a total of 10 times in the past 2 years. Doesn't that blow your mind? Families can switch to T-Mobile and get all the benefits of their plans while saving 20%. T-Mobile blows the competition away. T-Mobile will also give you up to $800 when you switch. Mind blown. Is that a jet engine?
Go to T-Mobile.com to see how families can save 20% and get $800.
That's lunch!
Today, let's paint with Behr, the most trusted paint brand. Oh, you're already done.
Yeah, we painted earlier. Now we're done painting.
We'll usually have to show up and motivate people.
Not us. He did all the research. Behr has #1 rated products.
Yeah, it was a no-brainer. Everybody should use Behr.
It really transformed the space.
Yeah, it's Behr Adirondack Blue.
Well, I guess I'm not really needed here today.
No.
No, he's gone.
I'm still here. Do your research and get great value at an everyday low price. Only at the Home Depot.
Well, fans, stay tuned after the final out for tonight's WB Mason Yankees postgame as Bob Lorenz and Jack Curry will have highlights and analysis. Meredith Marakovitz gets player interviews in the clubhouse. And we'll hear from Aaron Boone on the manager's report. It's all coming up next on Yes and the Yes app. Well, the Diamondbacks closer is Kevin Ginkel, and he is out with shoulder inflammation. So they are mixing and matching Martinez, who we saw in the 8th, and A.J. Puck. Now, the better hitters were coming up in the 8th inning, and had Martinez pitched the 8th, and he struck them out. And now A.J. Puck will try to close it out. They have 2 lefties the Yankees have due up, and they also have a switch hitter who's not as good from the right side, so that's why they do it. But I must be corrected. They do not have to switch hitter because of the fact you have Grisham coming up, so it works out even better for the Diamondbacks.
Yeah, that's the thing. When you make defensive adjustments, if something goes a little crazy like it did tonight and you lose the lead, then your lineup's not as balanced. You got 3 consecutive lefties here.
So Puck, a former first-round draft pick, has always struggled, but not since he came to Arizona. Last year, 1.27 ERA in 31 games after they acquired him. He's always had nasty stuff. So he started last season with Miami, had a 4.30 ERA, but spectacular with the Diamondbacks. This is the team's first save opportunity of the year. 2-2 on Wells. Swing and a miss. 98 miles an hour right by him. One away.
You can make anything possible because you have a connection that's built for everywhere. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
Well, with the Wells strikeout, Paul, 13 Yankees have struck out.
I mean, that was overpowering right there. And you can see a big guy, kind of short-armed, it drops and then just kind of hides the ball and then crossfires it at, 97, 98. Very tough at bat for a lefty.
So by tightening up the defense, as Paul mentioned, taking Dominguez out, bringing in Grisham, you set up a lane for Lovello to bring in a lefty and counteract three straight lefties. The Yankees have Wells, Grisham, and then Rice. Good slider, 1-2.
This is quite a luxury if you're Lovello over on the bench. As a manager, you've got a lefty throwing 96, 97 for great matchups. But Martinez, who threw the eighth inning, was over 100 numerous times and was dominating. Crossfire, and he keeps the ball low, which is extremely hard to pick up from a lefty, from a left-handed hitter.
14 Yankee strikeouts. The last 5 Yankees have struck out. And here's Ben Rice. Yankees down to their final out. They led 4-2 going into the 8th inning. But for the first time in this young season, the bullpen faltered. And Eugenio Suarez with a grand slam off Mark Leiter Jr. 1-1. Rice with a double off Corbin Burns in the 3rd inning and struck out in the 4th and grounded to second in the 6th. So 1 for 3 and 4 for 9 on the young season. Now the Yankees are down to their final strike. Seven, 5-1 for the Diamondbacks. 4-4-0 for the Yanks. First game of this 3-game set. And the 2-2. Driven deep to right. There it goes. A bomb into the second deck. A home run for Rice to keep the Yankees alive. It's 7-5 Arizona.
That's life.
That's life.
That's what all the people say. You're riding high in April, shot down in May. But I know I'm gonna change that tune when I'm back on top in June. I said that's life.
That's life.
And as funny as it may seem, some people get their kicks stomping on a dream. But I don't let it get me down. 'Cause this fine old world, it keeps spinning around. I've been a puppet, a pauper, a pirate, a poet, a pawn and a king. I've been up and down and over and out. And I know one thing, each time I find myself flat on my face, I pick myself up and get back in the race. That's life.
That's life.
I tell you, I can't deny it. I thought of quitting, baby, but my heart just ain't gonna buy it. And if I didn't think it was worth one single try, I'd jump right on a big bird and then I'd fly. I've been a puppet, a pauper, a pirate, a poet, a pawn and a king. I've been up and down and over and out. And I know one thing, each time I find myself laying flat on my face, I just pick myself up and get back in the race. That's life.
That's life.
That's life. And I can't deny it. Many times I thought of cutting out, but my heart won't buy it. But if there's nothing shaking come this here July, I'm gonna roll myself up in a big ball and die. That's life.
That's life.
That's what all the people say. You're riding high in April, shot down in May. But I know I'm gonna change that tune when I'm back on top in June. I said that's life.
That's life.
And as funny as it may seem, some people get their kicks stomping on a dream. But I don't let it get me down. 'Cause this fine old world, it keeps spinning around. I've been a puppet, a pauper, a pirate, a poet, a pawn and a king. I've been up and down and over and out. And I know one thing, each time I find myself flat on my face, I pick myself up and get back in the race. That's life.
That's life.
I tell you, I can't deny it. I thought of quitting, baby, but my heart just ain't gonna buy it. And if I didn't think it was worth one single try, I'd jump right on a big bird and then I'd fly. I've been a puppet, a pauper, a pirate, a poet, a pawn and a king. I've been up and down and over and out. There's nothing shaking come this here July. I'm gonna roll myself up in a big ball and die. That's life.
That's life.
That's what all the people say. You're right.